charity link. It is the pinned message at the top of chat. The charity is going to go on for the whole month, and if I hit the goal, I'll play Weeby VN, and I'll play the whole thing. It'll be really cringe, and I'll blow out my voice talking way too much as I read every line of dialogue. It seems to always be a lot of fun. This is the 4th year in a row I participated in this. Last year it was it's well over 10,000. Very thankful to everyone who even considers. So since you guys hit the goal, I'm going to be playing a cringy, weeby visual novel because you guys have been so generous. It's called Stay Stay, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. This shouldn't be the erotic version because in order to unlock that one, you have to install a patch. And last time I checked, I didn't install it. So I'm going to start a new game. What is your name? Ludwig. Alright, it's taken a long time, but it's finally going to happen. Let me set game. It's taken a long time, but it's finally going to happen. I'm finally on a plane from Beijing to Pyongyang. I'll be staying the week with a couple pen pals in the Korean army. I've been writing them while on duty in Afghanistan. They seemed interested in meeting me, so they asked me to come over on my next leave. It didn't look like it was going to happen, though. I'm not sure why, but the airport wouldn't let me fly directly to Pyongyang. Something about no direct flights and having to fly to China or Russia first. I only just barely learned Korean in time for this. Then I had to stumble through Chinese to get there. But we're about to touch down at Pyongyang Sunan International Airport. Whatever that is. I think he said we're about to descend. Once we get off, I'm waiting for my bags at the claim center. I was a bit late since I had to use the bathroom. So it looks like they've already started unloading. They've stopped the baggage claim carriage. Maybe I should change my costume. Yeah, there it is. My bags aren't there. Oh man, this is Fubar. Don't tell me they lost my luggage. I better go find customer service before my buddies get here. Turning around, I walk straight into someone. Hey, why are you right behind me? I've run right into what appears to be a member of the Korean military. Full suit and everything. What's more, she's hot. If you go for the chicken uniform thing. Woo! Mr. Ludwig, I presume. Her English is pretty good. A bit broken, but better than most kids I met in Afghanistan. How do you know my name? We were expecting your arrival. I finally noticed that she's not alone. Another cute girl in military regalia is next to her. But how? I only told my buddies Jung and Yoonji that I was showing up. That would be us. Wait, I thought... It's not, I just mean, aren't Jung and Yoonji, well, guys' names? Not always. Like, some names in your country, they can be applied to both genders. The taller girl smiles politely. Oh, like Francis and Francis, I think I get it. Well, wait a second, you didn't think Ludwig was a girl's name, did you? Alpha Koshu Nata. Who would name a guru Ludwig? But you said it was fine if I stayed with you while I was here. Absolutely, we received special permission to have you stay in our personal barracks. We might have a holdup. It looks like the airline lost my luggage. So I need to check with the service desk about that. No need to worry, we have secured your luggage. That's great. Where is it? It has been sent to our political bureau's security checkpoint. Fine. What? They must make sure you have no illegal contraband on you. Anything that would be a detriment to our country and glorious later will be confiscated. Well, that doesn't seem to be any way to treat a friend. If you desire our friendship, then do this. You can speak Korean, right? Well, I have been studying a little. I guess I have a handle on it. I don't have a handle on English, apparently. I've even got this manual to help me out. I reach into my carry-on and pull out my translation guide. Upon seeing it, Yoonji slaps it out of my hands. Ow! Why the hell did you do that for? You dare bring a translation manual over our mortar enemies into our wonderful country? She's having some trouble with the language. But it's a Korean translation manual. I'm sorry for Yoonji's outburst, but the manual depicts the language of the territory occupied by Western imperialists. Imperialists? I didn't think the British ever invaded Korea. I thought it was all just one big Korea. I'm so glad you understand the situation. There is only one true Korea. Regardless, I'd like you to work with Yoonji, which will help you get better with Korean. And you'll help her with English. Oh, poor Yoonji. She doesn't appear happy at that arrangement. She'll get used to it. I read in my old translation manual that it's polite to bow to new co-workers. I turn to Yoonji and bow. Thanks for helping me with Korean. Why do you thank me? I'm a only do dish help me better English. Is not right I do dish for a you, stupida. Either way, I appreciate it. Waru! I know helpu you yeto. Now Yunji, you were so excited about our friend coming to visit. There's no need to be so rude to him. I hope he good English teacher. It's time we went back to our barracks. You should be thankful. The top advisor on tourism recommended you stay with your guides instead of at a hotel. You did bring a lot of foreign cash though, as we suggested, yes? I did, though I'm not quite sure I understand why. Couldn't I just use my credit card? It would be quicker than going to exchange all of these bills for Korean won. Plus, I feel funny having all of these coins on me. Most everything you need has already been paid for in advance. However, the shops you'll visit will want hard currency, and they prefer foreign bills to the won. Okay, I'll be paying for things in my own currency then? You know Russian! Sorry, I'm not trying to do stereotypical accents, I'm just reading it phonetically. It's simple, no one Dara onri. Yunji is pretty cute when she's grumpy, her cheeks get all puffed up. I do feel a bit bad for her though, Yunji, would you prefer I just speak Korean? Waru, my English no good for you? No, maybe it's a bit easier for now though. I guess I'll have to speak Korean from here on out. Oh, we should take a picture together before we leave the airport. I get my phone out and take a picture of all of us. Yay. What did you just do? I just took a picture, that's all. No, get rid of it now. But you look so adorable, see? So stop it, I'm not cute. Get rid of that photo now. I don't understand, it's just a picture. I'm sorry, but let me explain. In Korea, we do not allow photos of our military to be taken without permission. Unless it's at a national event in which it cannot be helped. I must ask you to please delete the photograph. Why can't I keep it? It was a really good shot. Yuji looks adorable, being the only one so pouty. I show the photo to Jiyoung, who giggles just a little. He has a point, it is a pretty cute photo. Before I can say anything, Yuji stomps over and swipes my phone. I'll save you the trouble. I guess Jiyoung forgot that we were supposed to confiscate this anyway. But that's my brand new phone! No worries, you'll get it back at the end of your stay. I will put in a call to headquarters to get you a suitable replacement. If you're wondering why she doesn't sound so weird, it's because they're communicating in Korean now. Oh, that will work on our network. I'm pretty sure I saw 4 bars on my phone. It's best not to argue with her about that one. Oh, I guess it's not worth it. Yes, very true. Please follow us to the car and we'll take you to our place. Our superiors should already have finished checking your luggage. We'll be able to relax. Got my diet Mountain Dew, I got my vodka. The sound of someone leaving a room and AOL Instant Messenger is playing. They lead me to a large boxy automobile. It looks like a 1980s Soviet car, but with some modifications to the interior. We sit in the back, and I can't see anything outside. And I can't see into the front of the vehicle either. It's kind of dark in here. I was hoping to see some of the city as we drove. I'm afraid that since we're taking you to our personal barracks, we can't let you see the route. It is forbidden by our illustrious leader that tourists do not know the way from the airport to military locations. Then why did they let me stay at your personal barracks? I know, stop questioning it. They told us to take you to stay with us, and we are doing so. Be grateful, our place is better than any local hotel. I'm grateful, thank you for taking me in. I told you, stop thanking me. It's not like we did it for you or anything, we're just following orders. I swear, I think she blushed saying that. I think someone has a little crush on you, Ludwig. A little crunch on you. I think someone has a little crunch on you. I'm not sure I get what you just said. Maybe I'm just not saying it right. Stop that. Let's just listen to the radio. She flicks the dial on a very old-looking car radio. The first sound I hear is what I can only guess is a Korean guy singing some awful cover. Don't stop me now, 'cause I'm having a good time. Don't stop me now. Oh, it's the latest hit. Latest? Yes, we've heard that it's very popular. Best song, 2016. The singer should do a tour here. I think that might be hard for Freddie. Freddie? The original singer of the song. This was a huge hit in 1978. I am certain you are wrong. We have it on good authority that this song was written by the glorious leader himself. This game, it's pretty respectful to North Korean culture, and you kind of learn a lot, and you kind of empathize with a lot of the people who live there. Insist that the song is quite old, or gently tell her the song is quite old. I'll be nice. I'm sorry, but you weren't given accurate information. If you guys haven't confiscated my MP3 player, I can play you the track and show you on there. When I get my luggage back, that is. Silence falls. ... Oh good, we're almost there. The car is slowing down and turning into what I assume is their personal barracks. I can only guess though, since I can't see outside of the car. The silence we've had since the radio incident is broken by a sharp noise. It appears that Jiang is using more Freddie Mercury for her ringtone. Excuse me, I need to take this call. She turns from us and jabbers away on her phone. I figure maybe I should speak to Yunji. So if I'm staying here, I'm guessing you guys must have extra rooms? Being a military base, I wouldn't think you'd have a lot of extra space. Hell, they were just barely phasing out those Quonset huts when I was going through boot camp. Don't stick me in a broom closet or something, alright? Don't be so ridiculous, Ludwig. You won't be in a closet. Are all soldiers in America so dumb? No wonder Glorious Leader says we'll be conquering you soon. Did you just imply your country is planning on attacking my country? I give her a shocked look. I've never heard of Koreans harboring hostile attitudes. Weren't we allies? At some point, all must be Korea. It is part of new initiative from our most high and honorable champion. ... Anyways, it is of no concern to you. Stop asking such silly things. We want you to enjoy your stay here. You will see your sleeping quarters soon enough. Great, I can't wait. I'll leave it to you, Yuji. I hear Jiang getting off the phone. Just in time, it's getting pretty awkward in here. Good news, the inspection of your luggage is complete. They found very little to remove, so there should be very little missing. Well, that's good news. I will get my belongings when I leave back for home. Jiang, hey, I know you're probably starving, right? Yunji, what were you planning to make for dinner? I'm making dinner? I thought we were just taking him to the mess hall. How can you be so thoughtless? He's our guest. We should make a proper meal for him. It's okay, I don't mind hitting up the Korean chow hall. I mean, I'm fine with whatever you two want to do. You're poking fun at me, aren't you? Yunji appears angry. Well, even more angry than she had been. You don't think I can do it? You think my English is terrible and I can't even cook? That's not what I was saying. I'll show you one home-cooked meal coming up. Well, I appreciate it. I'll make you eat your words and some kimchi. This is so sweet of you, Yunji. You must really like Ludwig. You haven't cooked anything in many months. Not since the time you burned the soba noodles. You always bring that up. Stop embarrassing me. I'm just glad you're cooking again. Looks like Ludwig is already having a good influence on you. Before Yunji can respond, there's a knock on our door. Jiang opens it to see the driver standing there. We have arrived. Please show the capitalist to his quarters. Thank you. Well, we're here, so let's head in. I am the capitalist. I let out a small stretch after the long journey. Jiang grabs my hand and starts leading me to the room before me. She looks cute, even more for a soldier, but she definitely has a strong grip. I mean, it's not like we don't have women on base, but none of them look like her. Jeez, I've got to stop thinking about that. It's just a vacation. Don't make it weird. She is cute. Are you okay, Ludwig? What? Yes, I'm fine. Thank you very much. But your face was so red, I thought you might have caught a fever. Oh no, it was just, Jiang puts her hand to my forehead. Her hand is so soft. Yeah, she's definitely not infantry. I remember the woman I saw in infantry. I still have nightmares. Jiang is so pretty, though. You're so hot and you're sweating a little. Are you sure you're okay? I'm sure. I'm just tired from the flight. Yeah, that's it. Tired from the flight. Thank goodness, I was worried. The stores have been out of ibuprofen for a few days now. I'm not sure how we could have treated a fever. Hey, when you two are done, could you help with the tap? It is stuck again, Jiang. Let me take care of that for you. This faucet has definitely seen better days. It looks like some of it has started to rust pretty badly. Hopefully the water is clean and safe to drink. Budget cuts always hit the guys at the bottom first, I guess. It takes some effort, but after a few tries, water manages to come out. I could have done it quicker myself. They show me around their private quarters. It's not too bad. A couple bedrooms, a common room, kitchen, and bath. I need to finish preparing the dinner for tonight. Jiang will show you to your room. Again, Jiang grabs me by the hand and leads me to my room. The bedroom has scant amounts of decoration, and the windows are small but do let some light in. On my bed, my suitcase unharmed by the search and seizure ordeal. This will be your room for the week. I'll be staying in the other bedroom with Yunji. I hope you find the room to your liking. Wait, are you telling me this is normally your room? Yes, but you needed a place to sleep. I don't mind staying in Yunji's room for the week. We can think of it like what your American teenage girls say, a sleepover. I can see Yunji's bedroom across the hall. There's just one bed and it's not big enough for the both of them. I can't put you out of your room and have you sleep on the floor. Do you have a sleeping bag or some extra blankets? I can go to sleep on the floor in the common room. That is not needed. You are our guest. It would be dishonorable for you to sleep on the floor. Make yourself at home. We should have dinner very soon. She smiles and walks out the door, leaving me in her room. I open my suitcase. Everything I had neatly folded has been tossed around and crumpled up. Of course, I can't actually blame the Koreans for that. After all, I went through a couple different airports, including one with TSA security back in the States. Hell, the TSA broke my computer the last time I tried to fly. It looked like they took a hammer to my motherboard Damn TSA. Yeah, I'm relieved to see my comfy Tokyo Hotel t-shirt is still in here though. I slip out of my traveling clothes and toss that on with a pair of jeans. Not too long after, I smell something fairly decent coming from the kitchen. I decide to head there and see if I can help. Both girls are there. Jung has changed into more comfortable attire, but Yoonji is still dressed in her military uniform. Jung must have heard me walk in, and as she turns to greet me, "Hi, Ludwig. Dinner isn't quite ready yet." That's okay. I thought I might be here to help. I might be able to help. I don't need help from Western capitalists who don't know true Korean food. As she says this, she turns to face me as a shocked look crosses her face. Yeah, what do you think you're doing? You can't wear that in Korea. You'd be shot on sight. Shot for wearing blue jeans? No, for advertising an attraction of an enemy state. Jung doesn't seem too pleased either. Wait, you mean the t-shirt? Fool, of course we mean the t-shirt. What were you thinking, advertising a hotel from Japan here in Korea? But it's not... Are you one of those idiots who thinks that all our countries are the same? Japan falsely accuses our country of misconduct and hinders our foreign relations. Could I please get a word in? It might be best if you change and give us that shirt. We can burn it so that no one will know you had it. I don't want you to be in trouble with our glorious leader in less than a day. It would also reflect poorly on us, so please change. If you'd let me explain, I can't believe our inspectors were so careless. It has nothing to do with Japan. They just look confused now. It's not Japanese, it's a t-shirt for a German rock band. They're called Tokyo Hotel. A couple moments of silence follows before Yoonji speaks. Why are you still wearing that abomination? I just told you it's for a German rock band. It's not really any better. Germany is not a friend of ours either. Really would be best if you take it off and give it to us. Alright, I'll go change. No, remove it now and hand it to Jiyoung. We need to delete this so no one knows. I can't just put it back in my suitcase? Of course not. What if one of our superiors came and saw it? All three of us would get in trouble. I'll go take it off. Give me a minute. No, take it off here. I need to be sure you don't try to hide it. Is Yoonji blushing? Geez, turn around at least. I remove the t-shirt and hand it to Jiyoung. I go back and put on a plain white t-shirt instead. When I go back, my t-shirt is nowhere in sight. And the girls are talking with each other. Thank you so much for changing. It would have been really awkward if Yoonji had to remove the shirt by force, but it's best not to do anything that could incur the anger of our glorious leader. I suppose, but it still sucks that you burned my shirt. That was a gift from my buddy in Germany. Another military buddy, yes. Is she nice? Well, he seems to be nice. Wait, did you say... Come to think of it, I never really did check if my German buddy was a guy or a girl either. Is lederhosen a gender-specific gift? As I'm pondering if I've gender-bent every overseas pen pal I've ever had, the lights flicker on and go off. Well, there goes the lights again. What is it with the lights going out like this at the same time every day? Wait, this happens every day? Is this some sort of planned thing? We do not know, but the power does go off a lot. Usually they're for short periods of time. However, there's one that seems to happen every day at this time. It lasts a while, an hour or more usually. You mean to tell me you have daily power outages? And you can even set your clocks to them? What in the world could be going on to lose power every day at the same time? Glorious Leader has said it is to reserve power, in case the imperialist forces attempt to invade further inland towards us. So we will have enough power for our bases to withstand the attacks. I'm not certain that makes any sense. Are you questioning the judgment of the Supreme Commander of Korea? I'll deflect. Yeah, well, maybe it's okay to go without power for a while every day. You could do something to help pass the time that doesn't involve electricity. Wow, you almost sounded like Glorious Leader there. He mentioned that purging the need for outside energy sources builds character and allows for a deeper spiritual connection with self and others. He recommends yoga for those times. Taking into account what I know of Korea's leader, the last thing I think I'd see him doing is physical activity. In fact, I think I just put a mental image in my head that will never be erased. Leader of Korea plus yoga outfit equals vomit inducer. That's Glorious Leader to you, Yankee! And it appears Yoonji has developed the power of reading my thoughts. And does your Glorious Leader do yoga himself? Of course, he has been known to lead the entire army in morning yoga. He even invented his own style of yoga based on rare creatures. I think he called it Mi Pika Alth Chu Yoga, or Wild Cat and Mouse combined in English. Have you done his yoga classes? Why yes, he provided us all with special yoga clothing, and he would inspect our form from the back of the room while instructing. Ooh, of course he would. Well, I can't fault him. Yoga pants are a gift to mankind. Except when Gunny bought a pair. God, there's another image burned into my brain. So what do we do while we wait for the electricity to come back on? I mean, I guess we could all just take a nap. You have group napping in the United States? Not really, well, not at least after kindergarten. But I just meant it as a way to pass the time, not as group activity. We are missing some of the ingredients for the kimchi. We could walk to the local mart and see if there's any there to pick up. Unless you'd prefer under-seasoned kimchi. I do know most Americans are not accustomed to eating spicier foods. They clearly do not teach you about Tex-Mex or Cajun cuisine, do they? Of course not. American cuisine is an abomination. Flavorless, colorless, lifeless, all processed at speedy slop joints. Like King Donald's, it's amongst the most inferior cooking in the world. I really don't feel like correcting your myopic view of American food. Let's all just get the ingredients you need. Yes, let's all get along. We're all friends here. And it is a bit of a walk to the market to get what we need. We're walking? I figured we'd ride in the see no Korea, hear no Korea, speak no Korea mobile again. Why the attitude? You're in the military. You know we can't freely allow foreigners to see direct routes between points. But walking from our barracks to our market gains you no useful information. He does have, what do Westerners call it? Spunk. Yes, I think that's it. But come along, let's go get what Yoonji needs. She grabs my hand and I clam up again. I can't say I'm unhappy, but I'm not great with girls. But it doesn't seem Jung has a problem with grasping my hand. Maybe she's unaware of what holding hands means. But I'm not surprised since this is the third time she's done it. What is surprising is that I feel my other hand being grabbed. I turn to that side and I see Yoonji has claimed that hand for herself. Oh no. She notices I've seen her and she blushes. Don't get me wrong or anything. I'm not doing this because I want to. I just want to make sure you don't go running off. We could get in big trouble if you're found walking around without a guide. So I'm just leading you. Don't make anything out of it, okay? It would appear Yoonji, on the other hand, is fully aware of what holding hands can mean. Thanks for looking out for me. I roll my eyes when she's not looking. Stop saying weird things like that. I told you, I'm just making sure you don't get lost. They both head out the door with me in tow. About 20 minutes later, we're outside of a small market. What I've noticed is that we aren't really in the city. More like the outskirts. New scene. We aren't actually in Pyongyang, are we? No, our barracks is on the outside of the city proper. We'll be going in to visit the city instead of staying in the city. I thought all visitors were supposed to be in the city. I already told you the glorious leader made an exception for you. Now let's hurry up and go in. As we walk in, the shopkeeper quickly turns away as he sees me. We start looking around for what Yoonji needs to finish the kimchi. She had mentioned green onions to me, so I made a beeline for the produce. Look at how well stocked the store is. We should have no problem getting what you need, Yoonji. Korean stores are always so full of delicious and lovingly grown produce. Something seemed off there. Jung has been more casual with how she talks. That last line seems forced, and I think I know why as I find the produce. A cursory glance would only give you the impression of having a well-stocked stand of vegetables. Upon closer inspection, though. Plastic? What are you muttering over there? Half of this food isn't real. I mean, this radish right here, it's too shiny. I really don't think the FDA has a recommended daily allowance of plastic. They don't seem to be listening to me too much, and they continue looking for ingredients. Looking at the wall where the canned goods are gives a similar impression. A closer inspection is all it takes to see what it is. The shelves over there don't even look like there's real food on them. I've seen better artwork in a no-budget visual novel where the developer skimped on paying artists. Zhang walks over to me with a worried look. We're almost done. Please don't say anything else. This is something that you do not understand, and speaking on it, it's no good. No good? Fine, I'll be a good little soldier and nut up or shut up, for now I guess. Zhang smiles at that, though it's tough to tell if it's a smile of relief or nervousness. Yoonji walks over to us. Hey, I left my wallet back at the house. Hey, did you bring yours, Jung? No, I thought you had yours. One of us will have to go back and get the money. Wait, it's okay, I brought my wallet. But we never did exchange any of my cash for won. Will he be okay with my American dollar? Yes, though I think this shopkeeper prefers euros. He'll still take American money. Give me your wallet and I'll go pay. I hand her my wallet and she walks back to the storekeeper. She comes back and I check the billfold area. Doesn't appear to be too ravaged. $1.50 can barely buy a soda on base. Fresh produce is basically unheard of. Hell, even that plastic food looks better than some of the stuff I've had on base. Well, with this settled, let's go back to the barracks. 20 minutes later, we're back at their barracks. The power is back on, and Yoonji gets right to work finishing the kimchi. Jung has turned on the radio. Thank you for Thank you for tuning in to One Korea, One Voice. Here is today's top story. Our glorious leader took a well-deserved day off today by playing a round of golf at Pyongyang Old Course Number 1. As expected of the son of our beloved former leader, he shares his father's natural talent for golf. Our glorious leader broke his father's record with a 40 under par 32 for the round. Included in his round was a streak of 9 holes in 1. A feat only he has ever done in the world. I guess the glorious leader missed his true calling of dominating the world tour of professional golfers. Dinner is ready. Yeah, seems legit. Obviously, only Trump can golf that well. Jung turns off the radio as we both walk over to the dining table. Dinner does look good. Yeonji has made a traditional kimchi along with kongbap. Southerners would call it beans and rice. Wow, this looks delicious, Yeonji. She blushes a little at my praise. It's really kind of cute. Well then, itadakimasu. Trying. Wait, what was that? Whoops. You know, itadakimasu, that thing before you say every meal. Something about, I take this food, thanks for making it, right? Idiot. You're mixing your Asian countries. That's Japanese. In Korean, it would be, "Jawmug get some nida." And honestly, we don't do that very often. Often? Try it all. It gets annoying hearing that before every meal. Can I at least say it once? I'd rather you not pick up that habit. Just say thanks and eat. Well, thanks, Yunchi. The rest of the meal is eaten in silence. But the food is pretty good. Yunchi can definitely cook. Afterwards, I helped clear the table and wash the dishes. The girls protested a little but seemed grateful in the end. It's getting late though. I think it's time to turn in for the night. Tomorrow we'll present you with some places to go, and one of us will escort you there. Just one of you, why not both? 3 is a crowd. Plus one of us has to clean up around here some and maybe go to the store to pick up a sleeping mat. Sorry again about the bedroom. I'll try and get some rest, but I'm pretty excited for tomorrow. Yes, I am as well, but we do need rest. Good night, Jeong, and good night, Yuji. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Y'all. They both leave the room, but Yoonji pops her head back in quickly. Oh yeah, it's Thursday. We have artillery drills tonight. Don't let it scare you. She snickers. Oh yeah, wait, what? Showito Dreamu. Her English really is terrible. Snore. I lived on base a couple times. They do have just like artillery. Can get distracted. Good morning, drills instructor. I don't remember setting an alarm last night. And it's not like I need the reminder that I'm in Korea. After rubbing my eyes for a few minutes, I take a look around. The sun isn't even visible yet, just the pre-dawn glow creeping over the horizon. It looks like the alarm is blaring from a cell phone sitting on my nightstand. It looks like something out of the 80s. They didn't have cell phones in the 80s. I flip it open. It's set to 5:30. 5 goddamn 30! Who sets an alarm this early? A lot of times I'm up at 5. Oh good, you're awake, and I see you found your new phone. For someone as curvy as Jiang, she sure can be sneaky when moving. Yes, I sure did. I think everyone on base could hear this thing go off. It's the latest model of innovative technology. Even citizens of Korea aren't able to get such a phone yet. Consider it a welcoming gift from our government to you. She gives a bright smile to me as she says this. Thanks. Yoonji is making breakfast, so please clean up and come out soon. As she exits the room, I finally take a good long look at my new phone. It's Motorola Dyntech model. What the? This phone would have been new about 30 years ago. In terms of cellular technology, this thing is ancient. I mean, fossilized dinosaur shit ancient. This sucks. I had just bought my phone only a month ago. Wonder where it is. Some North Korean official is probably swiping through all my stuff as we speak. Elsewhere. I'm telling you, this is the newest model. Sleek black casing and the 64 gig memory model. Nice. I don't care how many gigs of RAM it has, the thing goes through a full battery charge in like 2 hours. And you drop the thing half a meter onto a pillow and the screen shatters. At least it can stream movies. Like I'd want to see another rerun of 101 War Memorials to see in Pyongyang. Fair enough. Into the trash it goes. Yeah, probably something like that. Well, at least this one can take pictures. Low quality, low resolution pictures that can't be enlarged into decent prints. I wonder what contacts are in here, and if I can add my own. There only appears to be 2 contacts, Jiyoung and Yoonji. Maybe I can add my cousin to the list for quick texting. ... How do you even go about password protecting the contacts? I can't even add anyone to this phone. Frustrated, I head towards the bathroom. Well, at least this is something they are up to date with in North Korea. It's pretty ordinary. An ordinary sink, an ordinary shower, and a really, really ordinary toilet. I mean, there's nothing special about this toilet at all. White porcelain, flush handle, looks like an older 3.5 gallon per flush model. It's completely inauspicious. No fancy buttons to push or anything that might attack me, like a Dream Drencher water gun. Seriously, I cannot express how plain and ordinary this toilet is. Jeez, this place must be getting to me. I'm pondering the existential properties of the goddamn latrines here. I guess I'll take a quick shower. A few minutes later. After showering, I hear a voice coming from the kitchen. Are you going to come out for breakfast anytime soon? Or are you going to waste this month's water ration? I don't think I took any longer in the restroom than normal. You took 2 minutes staring at the toilet alone. What, do you have cameras in the bathroom? Come on. Of course not, don't be ridiculous. Now get over here so we can all have breakfast. I'll be right there. After yesterday's debacle with my Tokyo Hotel t-shirt, I've decided to stick to plain clothing. A pair of tan cargo pants and the blue t-shirt should be fine, right? Donning my clothing, I head over to the table for breakfast. Good morning, I hope you rested well. As well as I can be expected for the first night in a new place. I'm used to it though, so it's all good. So glad to hear it. Your seat is at that end, if you'd be so kind, so we can serve you. Thanks, I'm looking forward to it. The two girls will be sitting on either side of me. Yunji brings out a plate of cold noodles, rice gruel, and what appears to be some beef in a sauce. Once everyone is seated, we begin eating. I never had cold noodles for breakfast before. It's okay, it doesn't compare to cold pizza, but still not bad. Well, I'm so glad you were able to compare my handmade meal with leftover American takeout. Don't be like that. I'd take handmade meals over takeout any day. Yes, Yunji, I don't think he meant anything by it. Anything mean by it. Whatever. We finish eating. I help clean up the dishes, despite their protests. I feel bad letting you clean up after breakfast alone. You're our guest, you should be relaxing. It's okay, really I'm used to KP duty. That means kitchen patrol. I remember this one time, oh man, Gunny was so pissed, he had me cutting potatoes all night. After like hour 4, I was so in the zone, I swear to God, I almost peeled a grenade that fell in the box. Besides, the quicker you both get done, the quicker we get out and explore. Are all Westerners so forgetful? We told you yesterday that only one of us can go with you each day. One of us has to stay behind in case the glorious leader calls and needs us. Right, sorry, I had forgotten. We have a list of potential places you're allowed to visit here. Each day you can pick an area and one of us will accompany you there. How will you know who gets to go? I don't have to pick between the two of you, do I? Because seriously, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings here. You don't have to worry about a thing. We each have our own areas that we know more about than the other. So whichever area you select, the one most suited for taking you there will go with you. I guess that makes sense. Great. Can we quit with the tutorial now and pick a date place already? Did you just say date place? Is that not correct? Yeah, let me look at the map. Certainly, here you go. Jung hands me a piece of paper. It's in pretty rough shape. I didn't realize I have to fill out a ditto sheet while on vacation. What are you blabbing out about now? I'm commenting on this pitiful excuse for a map you've given me. It looks like something in elementary school with no funding for a decent photocopier would print. I'll have you know that map was printed by the prestigious Brigade of Korean Cartographers, using the finest machines and printing technology. If you say so. Shut up and pick a date location already. Like this. Best Korea. To buy cabbage, salt, bullets, and rice. Evil this way. We will liberate you. You shall not pass. Evil, occupied Korea. Let's go to the beach. Looking over the map, a coastal area on the east side of the peninsula has been circled in red ink. Also in the code, it looks like someone added bikini sprites here. Who am I to argue with the unseen hand of fate beckoning me along? It looks like this may be a bit of a haul, but Wonsan looks like it'd be a cool place to go. There's usually lots to do at the beach, right? We're skipping right ahead to the beach episode. I swear if I ever find out who wrote that comment about the bikini in the code, he's gonna be in the gulag for a month. Well, I'm not taking you there, just forget it and pick somewhere else. Oh, and here I was hoping to get to split watermelons while Jiyoung had me help her with the sunscreen. Think you could take me then, Jiyoung? Of course, it would be my pleasure. Well, then it's settled. I'll go grab something to wear on the beach. We'll get the driver over. Oh no, you don't. Nothing is settled. Hear me now. You get your scrawny butt back here. And you, sister, don't you even think about trying to edge in on my date. You want to go with me alone, right, Ludwig? No, sister, it's not my fault Ludwig wants to. Don't place the blame on me. You're the one who flipped out when I suggested going to Wonsan, Yunji. You're goosing the question. That's it, we're going. Get your bathing suit and meet me at the car. But you just said you wouldn't go there. I changed my mind. As the American says, nutta up or a shutta up, right? Okay, I know for a fact I didn't teach her that. Yunji starts to head back to her room when Jeongi calls out, don't forget your bikini. I'm not wearing one. He can swim if he wants to. I'll wait on the beach. But it really wouldn't be that fun of a date if I'm the only one swimming. Go ahead, just wear some shorts or a one piece if you're nervous. You should still swim though. That won't do. The code clearly calls for bikini sprites. Glorious Leader has written this into the code himself, so she must wear a bikini. Fine. It can't be helped if the Glorious Leader has instructed me to wear one. Good, you need some sun anyway, sister. Well, I'm gonna go grab my stuff so we can head out. I'll pack some snacks for the ride. Yoonji needs to get ready too. It might take her a few minutes to dig out her bikini from the mess that she calls her room. Jung laughs as she leaves the room. Hey, I pick up all my things once a month whether I need to or not. How in the world does your room get so messy when this country barely allows any consumer goods over the border? All Koreans have access to bountiful supplies of modern... You and I both know that's not true. What happened to everyone is equal? Everyone here is equal. Some are just more equal than others. Anyway, it's a fairly lengthy drive to Wonsan, so we need to hurry. Don't forget your bikini. She's probably stewing over that one. She's so adorable when she's annoyed. Guess I'd best go get my swimming trunks and get moving. I really hate the fact that my new phone was confiscated. There's no way I'll be able to get anything better than some 1970s KGB spy photo level pictures with this dinosaur of a phone. I'm still surprised it even takes color photos. Well, nothing I can do for now. Off I go. Why must you take so long getting ready? I was gone all of 5 minutes. How is that taking a long time? Do you know what could happen in those extra 2 minutes you took staring at yourself in the mirror? I'm certain a lot of things could happen, but I'm not sure why that matters. It matters because we could have already been in the car and gone 2 minutes ago. True, but we also could have been in the car these past 2 minutes you took lecturing me on supposedly taking too long to get ready. There's that annoying attention to facts again. Let's just get going already, stupid. Before I can reply, Yoonji has already grabbed my hand and is dragging me out the front door. And just like that, someone left the AOL chat. And just like that, we're already in the car and on the road. I can't tell if you dragged me by the hand because you love me or hate me. Oh please, I heard your heartbeat faster the instant I grabbed it. So quit complaining like you don't enjoy it. Who said I was complaining? Yoonji gets so close up to my face when she frowns. You sure sounded like you were complaining with that nonsense question. Suddenly the car strikes a pothole and Yoonji falls into it. And in perfectly awkward fashion, her lips smack on mine. Yeah, but still black. You did that on purpose, didn't you? No, it's, that impromptu makeout session was all due to the terrible conditions of your country's roads, yeah. A likely excuse. You just wanted to steal my first kiss, didn't you? How would I even know that would be your first kiss? Well, you used some of your mystical protagonist powers, didn't you? What the hell are you rambling on about? I don't even know anymore. All I know is you stole my first kiss. How will you make it up to me? Make it up to you? Are you serious? You were the one who fell onto me, so I guess I could say this was your fault. Well, it doesn't count, you hear me? I'll deny it if anyone asks. Sure, but deep down, you'll always know you liked it. I winked at her, hoping to make Yoonji stew in anger a little bit more. I'm going to kill you and feed you to the kumiho. Kumiho. Kumiho? What is a kumiho? A kumiho is a sinister fox that can turn into a beautiful woman and eats the hearts of men, especially protagonists. So a beautiful woman who kills men. Guess you have some competition. Hey, just shut up and scoot over some. I want to take a nap. It's going to be a long ride. Say please. Please? Well, since you said please, get some rest. I scoot over to the side of the seat, and before I can say anything, Yoonji has already plopped her head in my lap. Oh hey, Ludwig, mind if I use your lap for a pillow? Oh no, of course, go right ahead, thanks for asking. Oh hush already, you stole my first kiss from me, you owe me this much. Do I now? Are you sure this is enough? It's fine. I pat her on the head softly and she smiles. You like that? I don't hate it or anything. After a few minutes, Yoonji dozes off in my lap. What am I gonna do with you, Yoonji? I keep stroking her hair and I feel my eyes getting heavier as the car rolls softly along the surprisingly well-paved road. Wake up, sleepy pants. We're in Wonsan. Time to go on our date. She seems pretty happy. That's unusual. Great, what should we do first? It's pretty hot out already. How about we go to the beach first? We can see the rest of the town after, maybe visit a shrine or look at some shops. Sounds like a plan. Let's hit the beach. Yoonji giggles. What, giggles? Is that right? That totally doesn't match up with her personality. I need to have a serious talk with whomever is in charge here. Are you coming with me, or are you planning on staying in the car the whole time? And miss out on some ham-fisted beach episode? No way. Well, let's get changed then. Understood, lead the way. I don't even need to offer out my hand as she's already grabbed it and is taking me over to a small hut just off the shoreline. Maybe calling it a hut is a bit much, it's more like an outhouse. Worse, there's only one, so we'll be going one at a time. ... Whistle, whistle, whistle. Wait, why are we both just standing outside of it? Well, what are you waiting for? I was waiting on you, ladies first and all that. Would you mind going in first? Wait a minute, after all that bravado about the glorious leader and dragging me out to a beach, you're scared to go put it on first? Look, I'm nervous, okay? I've never worn a bikini in front of a man before. I've only worn it in front of Jiang, and I don't like wearing it in front of her either. I can understand maybe being shy around a guy, but why your own sister? Because she always gets all the attention. I think someone may be a little jealous. Worse than that, she always tells me that they haven't grown at all. I keep trying to tell her that there's more to a woman than breast size, but she just laughs. The guys are always staring at her. At her. Sometimes I wish they'd stare at me. Not that I'd like that or anything. This might be the first time I've ever heard a woman say they wished guys would stare at her. Usually most women wish guys would stop staring. I guess it would be uncomfortable, but it also does sort of validate you in a way. Speaking of uncomfortable, the sudden honesty from Yoonji has me uncomfortable. Okay, I'll go in first and get changed. Thank you, I am grateful for your understanding. Think nothing of it, I won't be long. I go inside the outhouse. The first thing I notice is that it's freaking dark inside. You'd think I wouldn't be surprised at this, considering the lack of updated infrastructure I've seen in Pyongyang and the rest of the country. Yet here I am creating a monologue at how annoyed I am at the lack of electricity. Why didn't the builders put a sky window in or something? Or someone could have requested an outhouse scene with a candle or torch, hint hint. Still, a few minutes later, I'm in my silkies and ready to hit the beach. Now, do I play it cool for Miss Sundari, or do I heat things up by giving the gun show on exit? The gun show? What's the gun show? You mean like in America we have gun shows? Well, a minimalist approach sometimes leaves the greatest impact, or so I've been told. I'm still skeptical about that. Since it was just some bullshit a congressman told us when it came to cutting Marine Corps funding, though. Oh, yeah, you taxpayers complain every time the Corps gets a new uniform. But did you know that we, the grunts, actually have to buy them with our own money? Yeah, ain't that bullshit. Anyway, no need to show off like those Navy flyboys. Are you okay in there? You didn't fall in, did you? This outhouse barely fits a half-starved Korean worker. You don't think there'd be enough room for me to sit down, let alone fall? Well, come on out already so I can get changed. I guess that's my cue. I push open the door and slowly step out. Yeah, I guess you're acceptable for an American. Well, that seems like a very bland reception. Just take the compliment. Your face betrays you. I have no idea what you're saying at all. Sorry, idiom. Remind me why I put up with you. Deep down, you know I'm cute. Better be careful if your ego inflates too much more, you won't be able to get back into the outhouse to change. Yeah, and if it inflates past that, I may just float away across the border to separatist Korea. Keep babbling and you just might. I'm gonna change now, try not to miss me too much. I'll try, but your bubbly presence is like a beacon of light in the night. Specifically a flashlight from another Marine going Firewatch time. That was awful, and yet I've heard worse pickup lines. With that, she walks into the outhouse and slams the door behind her. Pretty sure she's mumbling something about the stupid American outside as she changes. For someone who complained about me taking so long to get ready, Yoonji hasn't exactly been the model of speed changing herself. It's been 10 minutes and I'm pretty sure she hasn't made a peep. Yeah, and I'm the one taking too long. You okay in there, Yoonji? It's been 10 minutes. I'm fine, just taking my time, okay? Taking your time? Have you even changed into your swimsuit yet? Yes. Are you coming down with a sudden case of shyness? I already told you I've never worn a swimsuit in front of a man before, so I'm a little nervous, okay? Would it help if I closed my eyes before you walked out? A little. Okay, I have my eyes closed. Come out and tell me to open them when you're ready. What if I'm never ready? Then you'll have to lead me around Pyongyang describing everything around in a text box, like some sort of low-budget visual novel. Okay, I'm coming out. I hear the door open slowly and her muffled footsteps coming out from the outhouse. I think I'm okay. You can open them out now. Woo! Do I look okay? Okay. She's hotter than a Willy Peach shell going off in a crowded market square. Yoonji looks fantastic, though. I mean, she's not as filled out as her sister, but there's a little something for everyone in this game, you know? I'm getting changed. Whoa, hold up, Yoonji. Don't mistake my silence for disapproval. I was monologuing. I don't understand. Yoonji, you look great. You have nothing to worry about. And to be honest, I guarantee you the guys are staring at you. You just can't see them. Again, I don't understand. Could you just speak plainly? Sorry, I just mean that you don't have anything to worry about. Thank you. I feel a lot better. I was worried I wasn't attractive. You are, though, and maybe you need to lighten up on the Sundari routine. Now let's hit the beach. We head on over to the beach. I must admit the ocean is exceptionally clean and blue here. I hope it stays that way. They could probably actually make money off tourism with this ocean. Well, if they ever got over the whole build nukes and piss off the entire world thing. I spread out some towels and put up the umbrella. It's then I notice we're forgetting something. Hey Yoonji, did you bring any sunblock? No, I'm afraid we don't have any. Do we need it? Sunburns are no joking matter. Do you want to know how much of a tan I got after a 9-month deployment in the baking Afghan sun? If you're so worried, they may have some at that store over there. Better lead the way. They might freak out if I go alone. If I'm not shot first. Well, I can't have you shot after being so nice to me about my swimsuit. Again, my hand is grabbed, and I'm led to the store. Well, what's being passed as a store. I'm pretty sure the store is state-run. It's small, sparse, and the cashier is wearing an army uniform. Oh, and he has a rifle slung over his shoulder because, you know, what if you have to engage invading naval infantry in between shifts? I suppose that's one way to discourage shoplifting. This shop was set up specifically to service foreign tourists, but we can't be too careful with foreigners, so it needs protection. Maybe if you all didn't confiscate t-shirts you deemed as anti-Korean propaganda, you wouldn't need state-run shops like this. I'm not having another discussion about us taking your t-shirt. Though I have to admit, if you wanted to get foreigners spending money in your shops, confiscating half of their stuff on the way in is the way to do it. I'm going to let that one slide, but only because you complimented my swimsuit. Let's just find the sunblock and go. There's not a whole lot in this store, which means the selection leaves a lot to be desired, just like everything else in this country. There's only one bottle of sunblock and appears to be past its sell-by date, and it's only SPF 25 to boot. Well, beggars can't be choosers. Literally. There's no choice here. I pick it up and pay the nice, heavily armed cashier, and we're on our way back. Just a warning, this bottle won't survive the day. We're going to have to reapply this early and often. How early and often do you think? I'd say about the time we're done applying the first coat, it'll be past time for a new coat. Whatever. I'm gonna lay down and relax. Would you like me to apply the sunblock to your back? Is this some sort of excuse to get your hands on me? Typically it would, but now I'm just looking out for you. And I suppose afterwards you'll want to rub it on you. You'll want me to rub it on you? Well, yeah, I don't want a sunburn either. We should have gone indoor skiing. Maybe next trip. You'll be lucky if you even get another date. Yoonji turns around and lets me apply the sunblock to her back. In turn, she does the same to me. Afterwards, we finish slathering up and lay down under the umbrella on our towels. Is it okay if we nap for a bit and take a quick dip in the ocean? That sounds like fun, sure. And with that, she smiles and closes her eyes. Guess I'll do the same. Ludwig-kun, you are in danger. This some sort of dream? Pretty much. Did I get the ominous voice thing right? It was okay, I've heard scarier. Is this better, maggot? Ah, Gunny, what the hell are you doing here? Do not give me that shit, maggot. You are in danger, you limp dick fuck nugget. God damn it, Gunny, get out of my dreams. ... Ooh. Well, that was completely weird and unnecessary. You okay over there, Yoonji? Looking over, I notice Yoonji isn't here. Only then do I notice the splashing in the ocean. Looks like Yoonji is having some fun swimming. Wow, I guess she does know how to have fun. She glances my way and notes I'm awake and waves me over, so I head into the water. Kinda cold, but not too bad. Glad to see you're awake. I was afraid you wouldn't get the chance to go swimming. How long was I out? About an hour or so. Unfortunately, the driver came and woke me up. We have to head back soon. Glorious Leader has put the whole country on high alert. If we don't get home before a certain time, we'll have to spend the night either at a hotel, or we'll have to camp out somewhere. Sounds serious. What happened? Seems there has been a national emergency yet again. It appears the Glorious Leader has run out of imported French wines, and therefore we're under alert until the next shipment can come. That doesn't seem to warrant martial law. Reports are incomplete, but Glorious Leader wouldn't institute such a drastic action unless it was justified. I guess I'll bury that gift deep in my big bag at the house. Nothing important, carry on. Well, either way, let's not get Total Wine was closed early. Must be a Sunday in Texas. Well, either way, let's not let that ruin our fun. We should swim a little before changing and heading home. And with that, we splash around, have a couple swimming races, and generally have a good time. Or try to, anyway. My tension at being in this country grows by the minute. We take a sip. Speaking of wine. Afterwards, we get changed, and we're back in the car, heading for Pyongyang. Every time I hear that noise, it just brings back memories of old IMs. I wish we could have stayed a little longer. There's a nice little shrine in that area. Could have made a wish. Well, there are other ways to make a wish. Dandelions, falling stars, even the digits on a clock. One of those things doesn't sound like the other. You have a digital clock somewhere and you wait for the numbers to align to a time like 11:11 and you make a wish. I'll give it a try sometime, but would you mind letting me use your lap for a pillow again? I could use another nap. No worries. And with that, she lays her head down in my lap again and we're heading home in the same way we went to the beach. I get the feeling the whole national emergency thing is just more propaganda to make sure the Korean populace knows who's really in control here. It really blows. The two people I've interacted with most seem really nice. They deserve better than being on a false high alert. Looking up, I think I see the driver staring back at me in the rearview mirror. If he knows that I noticed, then he obviously doesn't care because he makes no motion to stop looking at me. I'm not sure what to make of it. Maybe I'm just paranoid and sleepy. It's been about an hour since we arrived from our first date expedition in Korea. Yoonji insisted on cooking dinner for everyone, and Jung is in her room writing in her diary. I'm sprawled out on the floor, just staring at the ceiling. It's gray, looks like the roof may have a leak in the top, and I think there's some mold damage. To be honest, I'm a bit bored. I'd heard that Korea had a thriving nightlife scene. Apparently it's all in Seoul, South Korea, in what Jung and Yoonji call the occupied area of their country. It appears my friends are from the northern half of the peninsula, and Pyongyang is anything but a nightlife paradise, quite the opposite. There's pretty much what amounts to a curfew law here. So instead of knocking back a few with the ladies, I'm staring at the ceiling. Sighing, I figure I'll go say hi to Jeong and make my way to Yoonji's room, where I knock on the door. Hi Jeong, how's the writing? Not so bad, just trying to keep track of your trip so I can reflect on it for years to come. Sounds nice, can I take a look at it? Of course not. A woman's journal is sacred, no man should be looking at it. Journal is a pretty sophisticated name for a diary. I suppose so, I guess I just like the word better. Sounds like something an adult would keep. As opposed to a high school girl depicted as being over 18. That seems like an awfully specific example, but I think I get where you're going. So how can I help you? Well, I'm going to guess that we're not allowed outside at night being, well, Korea. So I was wondering what you and Yoonji do for fun during those times. We read, or listen to the radio, fix each other's hair. Yeah, I guess I could let you mess with my hair, but I doubt you want me anywhere near yours. Why not? The only hairstyling experience I have is from the barracks. And by that I mean giving Sunday night high and tight cuts before Monday morning formation. So, got anything else in mind? We do have a couple of board games. Most are for 2 players, though. But I think we do have one our parents had when we were growing up. We could all play it together. It's been a while since I played a board game. Guess it could be fun. You don't sound too enthusiastic at the prospect. It'll be fine, unless you're really feeling a buzz cut. I'd rather not look like a boy. Like anyone could mistake you for a boy. It's not like you're you. It appears Yoonji has snuck in on us while we were talking. You better not finish that word. European pop stars. Ludwig here wanted to play a board game. But we only have one game that's made for more than 2 players. I know, it looks like it's time to break it out. First time in ages, I'm so excited. Well, the 2 of you seem pretty high on the idea. What are we playing? You never said. We'll tell you later. Let's go eat quickly so we can play. Oh boy. Yoonji ushers us out to go eat dinner. Mostly light fare tonight, steamed rice with some vegetables, along with the usual kimchi. Seems I get kimchi with every meal. I may end up hating cabbage after this trip. We eat in comfortable silence, and when we're finished, I help Yoonji clean up while Jeong goes to fetch the game. While drying, I can hear Jeong humming from the other room as she sets up the game. She sounds pretty happy. It makes me smile. I've got the board set up for whenever you're both done in there. Dibs on the original leader token. You can't call dibs when we all aren't sitting in the room. It's like calling shotgun before they even bring out all the weapons to choose from. That is not what calling shotgun means at all. I don't care, I call dibs. Fine, I swear you're such a child at times. As if to emphasize Jung's point, Yoonji sticks her tongue out at her. Bleh. I walk over and see what almost looks like a familiar game to me. The board and setup appear to be very much like Trumpopoly. The property buying game based on purchasing overpriced hotel properties in Miami. Upon closer inspection, I find out just how different the game really is. Stay, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the game of annexation. Take over leadership of countries oppressed by capitalism and convert them to the way of the one true Korea. Wow, I've seen alternate editions of Trumpopoly based on college campuses and popular movies. But this one has to be the most offensive ripoff I've ever seen. As future representatives of the one true Korea, the game is vital to learning how to liberate the world from the shackles of capitalism. Not sure I can agree with that statement, but seeing as there isn't much else on the docket, tell me how to play. The money over there is called the Leader's Trust, in which he entrusts us to use to buy influence in the world. You roll and move your token, and when you land on a country, everyone pitches in their share to purchase sovereign ground for a Korean embassy. When you own all the countries in a color block, you can start placing consulates. Once you have 4 consulates in a country, you can trade them in for an ambassador. When all the countries in a color block have ambassadors, you convert them into cabals. Then comes the fun part. When all the countries in a color block have cabals, you roll the Korean occupation dice against the foreign government dice. If the Korean dice roll is higher than the foreign dice roll, you successfully led a coup d'etat, taking over that region, converting that block to Korean property. You get a bonus to your roll, and the more coveted the color block, the lower the bonus, as it's harder to get stubborn countries to turn. This is not in the spirit of Trumpopoly at all. In fact, it's a little frightening that the point of the game is to lead coups against friendly capitalist nations. Not to mention one other factor. So tell me, what are the victory conditions? Convert all color blocks on the board to Korean control, world domination. Seriously, I thought the original Trumpopoly took forever to play. The victory conditions for this game are practically unreachable without playing for hours on end. Stop whining, Yankee Doodle. The average playing time is only a mere 17 hours, not counting bathroom and meal breaks. Sorry, make that 19 hours. We're not really going to play for 19 hours straight, are we? Maybe we can play a shortened version tonight. Stop after a couple hours. After all, we will all need our sleep, so we'll be energized for tomorrow's date. You guys know that's not how you use that word in America. And here I thought no soldier would complain about going out on dates with 2 girls. You're not one of those, how do you say, don't ask, don't tell, are you? First of all, no, and we did away with that policy back in 2010. I guess I just find it surprising that you want to call our outings dates from the get-go. You worry too much. Now, are we going to play or not? She grabs what I can only assume is the original leader token and places it on the stay square. Here are the other tokens. Pick whichever one you'd like. There's the Korean flag on a pole, a bowl of kimchi, another leader figure, a nuclear warhead, and what appears to be a blob with a muzzle. Guess that token's split past quality control. I guess I'll take the bowl of kimchi. Great, I'll take the unified thought bubble of the Workers' Party. You mean that blob is actually supposed to look like that? Please kindly refrain from insulting a token of the Workers' Party. Sorry, my bad. We roll to see who goes first, and Yuji gets the honor. She does so and moves her token. Uruguay. Okay, everyone, chip in your shares so we can secure the embassy space. Come again? We all have to play? We all have to pay? We explained this earlier. The money is communal from the leader. We all have to pool in equally to get what we want in all of the countries. But that means at the end of the game, we'd all have the same amount of money. Of course we will. Don't be silly. We're all equals in the eyes of the leader. Now fork over some cash, Yankee Doodle. Would you mind not calling me that? You are American, right? Yankee Doodle Dandy? I don't think they even sing that in elementary school anymore. Anyway, it's my turn, and I stop at Rhodesia. Everyone kick in. Did the makers of the game not know that Rhodesia isn't a country anymore? How old is this game anyways? If I'm not mistaken, isn't Rhodesia Zimbabwe now? I don't know. Could be wrong. That could be a very embarrassing mistake. A minor detail, besides there aren't many other nations nearby worth annexing. It's your turn, by the way. Okay, I'm rolling. Common Workers Chest. Oh, you get to pick a card from the red pile. Okay, then the card reads, the leader needs everyone in Sweden. Move all tokens to Sweden and pay double for anything purchased as compensation for leader's visit with the Swedish bikini team. I don't think there really ever was a Swedish bikini team. It was just a beer commercial gag. I've heard that rumor as well, as if women would objectify themselves in small amounts of clothing for the pleasure of men. You're one to talk, with the skirts you don't leave much to the imagination. This took place right after the beach scene. I guess that's because I chose it. She hops up faster than a lance corporal trying to avoid duty. Stop looking! Purple suits you really well, Yuji. They're not purple, they're lavender. Why am I explaining this? Good question. It's your turn. Nice. An unseen bikini shot. Panty shot. We continue on playing like this for hours. Opportunity card. Go directly to Yodok for getting intoxicated and failing to secure an embassy in Greenland. Again, I swear they put 10 of those cards in this set. And hours. How could you fail that roll to take over the Norway, Sweden, Finland block? Those pesky Finns, it's their fault with their Spokia phones and Santa Claus's backing. And hours. Jung, wake up! No need to shout in my ear, sister. After what seems like an eternity, we finally decide to finish up. Oh God, can we please stop? It's 1 a.m. We still don't have enough to buy embassies in the Mexico, Canada, USA block. The leader in this game sure doesn't mind taking back his seed money for his own purposes. That pay for leader's memoirs card is brutal. I think we can stop now. Besides, it looks like Yuji is out cold. Yuji's on the floor, curled into a ball, snoring away. I try to nudge her awake to no avail. She's down for the count. Think you can carry her to bed? I'll put away the game. Sure thing. Good night, Jung. Pleasant dreams. I kneel down and gently get my arms under Yuji, lifting her off the floor. She's pretty light. Well, it's not exactly like she's carrying around much. I walk her to her room and put her on her bed and pull the blanket over her as she mumbles something in her sleep. Death, America, pig dog. Love you North Koreans too. This is a one Korea, idiot. I can't help but smile as I head back to my room to lay down for the night. Maybe we can do something other than attempt subterfuge on foreign governments via a bad knockoff of a board game tomorrow. Take a sip. In my shock at the loud alarm, I've jumped out of bed. Okay, more like I fell out of bed. I have to mess with my phone a bit to get the alarm music to turn off, and the bright light coming from the screen is blinding at this hour. I don't even know what time it is. It looks like my clock is out. It's pretty dark outside too, actually. Trying to turn the lamp on does nothing either. Checking my phone again, I see that it's 4:47 a.m. Must be another one of those infamous power outages. I sit back down on the bed and consider taking a shower to pass the time. However, I definitely can make out the water running in the background. Guess someone beat me to it. Kicking back on the bed, I let my eyelids rest a bit and gather my thoughts about the coming day. It's certainly been something of an experience since I have arrived in Korea. I can't complain too much about the company, as the girls are both cute and fun in their own way. But their devotion to this glorious leader borders on creepy. Something is off about this country. Dangerously off. At least I made rate on the DLAB and got free Korean lessons. Well, as free as 2 years getting the shit chewed out of me in Monterey Bay can be. I just never thought I'd be in this country and on vacation at that. Either way, I need to stay focused and watch what I say. People here already give me death glares whenever I'm out. ... Whoa, dozed off for a second there. I wonder what time it is now. Huh, it's quiet. I guess the shower is free now. Strip down to my silkies, grab a towel from my travel bag, and tiptoe over to the bathroom. If someone is still asleep, I'd hate to wake them up. Especially if it's Yoonji. I can almost feel her fist in my gut just thinking about it. Once I step inside the bathroom, I can smell the sweet scent of shampoo and feel the warm, humid air wash over me. I take a few seconds to feel around for a light switch. Click! No effect. I guess the power is still out. I drop my silkies and toss my towel over my shoulder. Taking one more shot at it, I rock the light switch a few more times. Click. Click. The low hum of power courses through the old wiring in the room as I'm blinded by the whole room lighting up. Ah! I panic at the sound of someone shouting and I flail my arms before my hand lands on something soft. Oh no. There. It's covered. It's like a pasty, but it's a hand. I would say good morning, but it seems you've already had one. What? She gestures down towards the silkies around my ankles and my hand on her chest. Oh shit. I yank them back up around my waist. Shit, Yoonji is asleep. Let's just pretend this didn't happen. It was an accident. It was a mistake. I'll only be a few more minutes. You can use the shower when I'm done. Oh god, this is awkward. Sorry, I'll knock next time. It's okay, just keep this between you and me for now. Sure thing. Jung doesn't bother to explain anything else as she skips out of the bathroom and over to Yoonji's bedroom. However, she does glance back at me more than once. I'm just glad I didn't get slugged there, but that comment just now. Something seemed off. I wish I knew what was going on. Well, nothing to be done about it now. I hop in the shower and draw the curtain. By the way, I used all of the... hot water. Jung giggles and ducks back out of the room again. She could have warned me a bit earlier. I guess that's a fair bit of revenge. Working quickly, I grab the soap and wash up and head back to the bedroom to change. After pulling on my shirt, I notice my walkie-talkie with a keypad flashing. Looks like I have a text message from Jeong. Jeong, breakfast is ready, Romeo. Guess I'll text back. The two angst, I'll be right over. God, I hate hitting the number keys over and over to get a letter. How did they ever survive texting in the 90s? My fingers are already cramping. Yeah, that was tough, wasn't it? But I wouldn't give her autocorrect. Well, that response was fast. Jung, and you're going to teach Yoonji proper English? Maybe I'd best just get to breakfast. I hear the girls giggling in the other room anyway. Nice to see you two getting your ha-has in at my expense. I thought all Americans were proficient in cutting-edge technology. Yet you can't even work texting functions on a modern cell phone. The phone you gave me, as well as the ones you have, are not in the cutting edge. They're dinosaurs from the 90s. Only old people use these models anymore. I'm guessing you never got to see the phone that was confiscated from me, did you? Not really, no, but I'm certain it wasn't anything close to what you're using now. If only she knew how right she was, while still being incorrect. That reminds me, I have to charge my phone for the day. I'll be right back. Anyway, I'm not used to the type of phone you gave me, so don't take that as an indication of my English skills. Yoonji whips her phone out and taps on the keys like lightning. Bzz, Yoonji. If you say so, Yoonji sticks her tongue out at me, bleh. Thanks for the support. Jung pokes her head back in. I'm sorry, did I interrupt a lover's quarrel? Like I'd ever with... Oh, be a bit more cheerful, sister. Jung smiles brightly. Well, aren't you a basket of sunshine today? Get good news? It hit me by surprise, one could say. I avert my eyes as she says this, but I catch her blush as she says this. Let's just eat. I made eggs and toast. Boiled eggs and toast? That sounds pleasantly different. Well, I wanted to try a more traditional American breakfast. Don't think too much about it. It was just something I wanted to try. You've never had boiled eggs and toast before? Well, typically it's boiled rice and kimchi. When is it not rice and kimchi? Lunch is boiled noodles and kimchi. Somehow I think you're missing the point. And what do you eat in your oh so glorious army? In boot camp, it's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'll take you at your word anyway. Let's eat. We sit down and Yoonji serves up boiled eggs and toast, as well as some rice and beans. Simple fare, but it's all been prepared rather well. Of course, I help clean up afterwards, and it seems the girls are used to that by now, as they don't complain. Once done, they approach me with their map again. So what date route are we going to today? The way you say that makes me think this whole thing has been scripted. Not at all. Now hurry up and decide so we can get ready. Ma'am, yes ma'am. She groans as I salute her while saying this. Salute. 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 Stop losing tracking. Well, time to look at the map and click a place to go. I mean, pick a place to go. I want to date Yoonji some more. Jung, Yoonji, Jung. So I got two choices with Yoonji. I got Yanggakdo and Pueblo. Oh, Pueblo, that's close to the capital. Hidden amongst all the Korean-named places stands a very odd name for a place in East Asia. I've got to see what's behind this. I'm curious as to how a place called Pueblo ended up on a map of Korea. Care to explain? I can do better than that, I can show you. Get dressed and we'll go there. I never actually said I wanted to go there. Too late, no back takes. We're going and that's final. That's take backs, and I can't take anything back as I didn't ask in the first place. You may as well give up. Going to Pueblo is one of Yoonji's favorite tour destinations. Oh goody. If you don't go willingly, she'll just drag you there anyway. Can you give me the gist of what's there at least? It may be better to just let you see for yourself. I don't want to spoil Yoonji's fun. Yoonji has fun outside of picking on me and tormenting her comrades. Of course she does. She also torments me. That's not tormenting, Jung. That's sisterly affection. Stealing my clothes and towel from the base's shower room and forcing me to chase you is not showing affection. I've only done that once. No, you've done it 11 times, and it wasn't funny or cute even once. I beg to differ on the cute part. See, even the American over there thinks it would be funny. No, he said cute, which means his mind is thinking something rather dirty. Guilty as charged, comrade commissar. Very funny. If you sassed your commander of the Korean People's Army, you'd be shot. She's always so sarcastic. What, even my humor isn't bad enough to get me shot? I suggest you try it while we're out today and see where it gets you. Anyway, go get dressed while I call the driver. Ma'am, yes ma'am. See both hands. Why does it keep losing tracking? Whatever. It's time to get a quick shower and get dressed so that I can see what this big surprise is all about. If Yoonji is excited about them, then I'm both curious and scared at the same time. Showered and clothed? Check. Wallet? Check. Cell phone? Damn it. As I'm as ready as I'll ever be then. Do all Americans take so long to get ready? What are you talking about? It was all 10 minutes, tops, including shower. And you'd have been whipped 5 times for being 5 minutes over the limit. You mean to tell me you got ready in 5 minutes? That's surprising considering the state of your room. I'd imagine it'd take you at least that long to even find your shoes. Why is that? Don't Westerners get ready in 5 minutes? Hell no, they don't. I mean, shit. My sister takes 30 minutes just to put on her makeup, let alone pick out what to wear. Of course, and again, you have an advantage in that you already know to wear your uniform. He does have a point. On days off, it does take me a couple extra minutes to pick between the 3 acceptable off-duty blouses I own. Yeah, you're pretty annoying that way. But still, 5 minutes? That doesn't see... Stop wasting time, the driver is ready. And with that, Yoonji grasps my hand full force and drags me out the front door. What is with these girls dragging me by the hand? Though I guess it beats her barking orders at me. Stop dragging your toes. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like she can read my mind. Scary, I tell ya. Once outside, I can see the car waiting. The driver is watching our approach, and I'm pretty sure he's snickering at Yoonji dragging me around like an overstuffed rucksack. I can walk on my own, you know. Perhaps. But you don't seem capable of doing it in a timely manner. Sometimes it's just not worth arguing with Yoonji. I give her the raised eyebrow salute before hopping into the familiar back seat of the car. De Pueblo, driver? The driver grunts in response as he starts the engine up. You know, it wouldn't kill you to say please to the poor guy. He does have to drive us to our destination and then sit around in the car until we get back. Not necessarily. Glorious Leader might call him in between. Anyway, he's a subordinate. It's not necessary to show courtesy to a subordinate. They might start expecting it or something if you start doing that. You do realize that you're not showing courtesy to the man who could literally drive us off a cliff or something, right? For Pete's sake. If it'll make you happy, I'll thank him. Thanks for driving us, comrade. And for my effort, his response is the same damned grunt he gave before. He said thanks. Can we talk about something else now? Sure, how about telling me what Pueblo is, because I'm pretty sure it's not anything like the city in Colorado. Pueblo is part of a museum in Pyongyang, a museum of the greatest importance to our national pride and history. Sounds interesting, but why in the world would part of it be called Pueblo? That's a Spanish name and the name of an Indian tribe in the US. Call me crazy, but I don't think your relatively sparse international ties include Spain or Indians. You aren't crazy, we didn't name it ourselves. Well, if we didn't name it, then who did? I don't know the name of the individual who named it, but I'm relatively certain he was a member of your government. I don't get it. Why would a member of our government name some part of a museum for Korea? He didn't name it for us. We got it named the way it is. He didn't name it for us. We got it named the way it was. If you can't piece it together from that, you'll understand in about 10 minutes as we're not far from our destination. Gotta piece it together. Named by someone in American government. And it came to Korea named it that way. That indicates we named it for ourselves and not for Korea's sake. Pueblo. Oh fuck me, I guess I don't know what this might be, and I don't like it. This museum we're going to, it wouldn't happen to be related to military operations, would it? Why yes, you seem to be making progress. We're going to the Pyongyang Victorious War Museum. There's really only one branch of the United States military that places such pomp and circumstance on naming individual vessels. You're taking me to see a Navy ship, the USS Pueblo to be precise. Maybe you aren't as dumb as I thought. You're precisely correct. The USS Pueblo serves as a symbol of one of our country's greatest victories over capitalist oppression. Well, maybe I can let some of my seaman buddies know how it is faring in captivity. Stop whining! The only reason we haven't scrapped it is because it's still commissioned. Wait, so the Navy still hasn't decommissioned the ship? I mean, if this was some recent incident, I'd have heard all about it. The ship must be pretty old. Why bother keeping a commission on it? I do not know why. At one point there was a discussion of returning the ship to your country, but those talks fell through. Good luck trying to give it back when it's been turned into a museum. Who says I want our country to give it back? Suddenly I'm really not looking forward to this excursion. Anyway, I guess I'll get to see your country's side of the events. The true side, yes. The rest of the short car ride is completed in silence, though I'd say it was only comfortable silence for Yunji. I mean, yeah, the Marine Corps... Let me take a sip, please. Getting a little drunker every sip. I mean, yeah, the Marine Corps had a little bit of inter-service rivalry with the Navy, but in the end, they're still not brothers. I mean, god damn it, I fucked that one up. I mean, yeah, the Marine Corps has a little bit of inter-service rivalry with the Navy, but in the end, they're still brothers in arms, our family. The pervy uncle no one talks about, but still gets invited to Thanksgiving member of the family, to be sure, but still family. So I am just a bit pissed that one of their ships is floating in some dumpy North Korean harbor as a tourist trap. Possibly a literal trap at that. This is not going to be an easy excursion. As I'm trying to figure out my marching orders for this date, my thoughts are scattered and suddenly I'm yanked from the car. Enough daydreaming about my sister. We're here. You sure I wasn't daydreaming about you? That made her blush. Good. Why did you go and say something stupid like that? Of course you're dreaming of Jiang. All guys do that. They never even look at me. You wouldn't happen to be jealous of Jiang, would you? Of course not. I don't even care about... As fun as this is, I do feel a little bad for Yunji. I should try and cheer her up some. It's obvious she has trouble connecting with people. Relax, Yunji. I wasn't daydreaming of Zhang, or even you. Believe it or not, guys do think of other things than girls from time to time. Speak for yourself. Is that true? Of course, sometimes I think about food too. I hate you. I don't believe you. You're too cute to truly hate anyone. So are we going to the museum or directly to the ship? I promised you the Pueblos, so we'll go there first. There it is. She grabs my hand and starts leading me towards the harbor off of the Botong River. Sure enough, there's an old Navy ship moored there. However, it doesn't look like much of a combat vessel. Even a Marine like myself can tell that the ship lacks any modern equipment, and seems to only be armed with 2 Medusas, or Browning 50 caliber machine guns in polite company. Impressive feat capturing a Navy ship. I suppose capturing a combat ship from the second best Navy in the world is sort of an accomplishment. Hate to rain on your poop deck, but that's not a combat ship. And just how would you know Mr. Army Ranger boy. First, I'm not a ranger, and I'm not even in the army. Secondly, look at some of these decks. They're too low. Get into close combat, and the ship could be boarded easily, and the weaponry appears defensive at best. Well then... Alright, thank you. Well then, if not for combat, what would the ship be used for? I can't say for certain, but giving a guess, I'd say it started out as a supply or cargo ship. The low decks would serve well for tossing stuff on and off. That's ridiculous. Why would a supply ship be stationed anywhere near Korean waters? I don't know, when was it captured? January of 1968. Now it makes sense. It's close to the Vietnam War era. A ship like this would be adequate for reconnaissance missions. So it was meant to be a spy ship after all. Damn, I had hoped that was just a rumor. Afraid not. If it was caught in the Pacific around Japan or Korea in 1968, it was likely attempting to gain info from the radio frequencies. It wasn't Japan. The American ship clearly violated Korean waters. You'll see when we get to the gallery. Before long, we're taken on the board of the Pueblo. While entering, I have to admit that they've kept the boat in pretty decent shape. They didn't repair any of the damage from the gunfire, but the outside is clean and the decks appear okay. Guess it could have been worse. Seems you've kept the ship in decent shape. Of course we did. It wouldn't be much of a museum if it was in bad condition. But she drones on a bit about how the utmost care was taken by the Korean Navy ship to keep the ship in tip-top shape. I head over to the starboard side, which faces the water. Looking over gives a stark contrast to the clean facade one gets entering the ship. The starboard side is rusting over and shows no sign of repair in ages. Not even a coat of paint to try and hide the contempt the Koreans feel for the vessel. Bastards. Hey Yunji, your navy does know there are two sides to a ship, right? Of course they do, even I know that. Port and starboard. What about it? Your port side looks fine, but it doesn't look like you've touched the starboard side since you've acquired the ship. No one ever looks over there anyway. Leave it to you to be the one person to walk over and check the side no one cares about. Come on now, you said this was a symbol of one of your country's greatest victories. Couldn't you put a little effort into preserving it if it's so damned important? Nope, can't be bothered. Front looks good, inside is fine. Who cares about the backside? You've just offended ass men everywhere. Whatever. Are you coming to check the inside or what? There's art and photos as well as some of the materials the crew had left behind. Since most of the captured material has been declassified now, the Workers' Party has placed the original documents back in the code room. Right. It would be kind of cool to see what the crew was trying to learn. Yunji wastes no time in grabbing my hand and dragging me into the inner portions of the ship. On the walls hang mostly paintings and a couple pictures, each depicting a part of Korea's narrative of the events of 1968. Even just a cursory glance shows that their version of the story is dubious at best. Actually, that's probably doing the word dubious a disservice, since dubious implies a very small chance that there is truth being told. Most of what I see is a load of bullshit. Hey Yuji, do you really think the American ship situated itself right there just offshore of the mainland like this painting depicts? Of course, you brazen Americans think you could just steal right in front of people. Well, our Navy showed you how we feel about the spies in true Korea. Yeah, I'm sorry, we may be brazen, but we aren't idiots. Why is the captain of the crew wearing just his silkies and a wife beater while holding a half-empty bottle of Grand-style whiskey? Well, maybe that part isn't too off the mark if Gunny is any example. But seriously, the painting over here depicts the crew playing shuffleboard. And if the ship was actually invading your coastline, wouldn't they have burned all the documents if they thought there was a chance of being captured? How should I know? If this is your country's idea of the world's second best navy, you aren't holding much of a standard for the rest of the world. Was Russia's navy a bunch of vodka-drinking bears and rowboats? She doesn't say anything as we walk over to where the very few photos are. In one of what looks like a bunch of Korean guys having fun playing poker. And another one is what appears to be the command crew of the Pueblo in a group shot. Hey Yunji, this photo here appears to be a bunch of Koreans playing card games. What does that have to do with anything? The ones in the middle are the Americans that were on the ship when we captured it. This photo shows them having a good time with our countrymen, and how well they were being treated in captivity as negotiations ensued. Yeah, not saying it. I don't see any Americans in this picture at all. I mean, yeah, we were a pretty big melting pot of different ethnicities, but there's no way we had that many Asian crew members back then. Hell, I don't even see any black guys in this photo. I mean, not to be silly, but there's no way these are the actual crew members. Clearly you aren't looking hard enough. Those six in the middle are absolutely American. I don't think we're going to agree on this. There's nothing to agree to. Facts are facts, and that picture says 100 words. We really need to work on your slang. Dropping the subject of why Korea thought it could pass off their Navy crew as ours, I turned to the group photo. A few of them sitting as a group, like part of an interview or something. You can see their fingers. These guys actually look like American crew, so this must be a propaganda photo. Looking closer, I noticed something about the crew members. Something that they're doing that changes my opinion on at least these sailors. Those glorious bastards. Way to go, boys. This Marine salutes you. Absolute madmen. You can see they're holding up their middle finger. What are you rambling on about now? Look at those sailors in this photo. See how they're all stationed their hands so that their middle fingers are extended upwards towards the camera? That's pure gold. Oh, you mean the Hawaiian good luck sign? Yes, the sailors said they were treated so well, so they wanted to extend well wishes to our Navy members. After all, they knew what they did wrong, so it wasn't their fault. Orders are orders, right? Better and better, it appears the Koreans, at least at the time, had no idea the sailors were telling them to fuck off in secret. And even if they found out, they're still telling new generations of military members the Americans lied to prevent embarrassment. I'm tempted to crush this misconception, but then playing along with it might be entertaining as well. Tell her it's really the Detroit salute, or play along with it. I'll play along. I'll be nice. This is gonna be the nice American playthrough. I'd say I'd end up going to hell if I were to play along with this government-sponsored fallacy. However, I figure North Korea is probably close to the first stage of hell anyway, and so I miss it by inches. It's been a long time since that hand gesture was used by Americans, but back during the 60s and 70s, it was really popular. Maybe I misjudged you, Americans. I mean, it couldn't have been pleasant for the sailors to be stuck in a foreign land for months on end. But they made the best of it, and even offered good wishes to their hosts. Hosts. Right. Anyway, hand signals have been pretty popular at different times in American history. It's well known that Ben Franklin gave the first thumbs up after he was made Postmaster General of the United States. Any hand signals being used today? Of course, I'll show you a couple. I split my fingers so that my pointer finger and middle finger are apart, in a V shape. That's pretty dexterous of you to do that. What does it mean? We kind of stole this one from the Brits and gave it our own meaning. If you show it to someone, it means you wish them well. It's kind of a peace sign. It was popular with a lot of bands back in the 60s. Got any more? Now the Hawaiian good luck sign is probably all you ever need if you visit me back home. Great, let's go see the articles and documents then. Yunji nods and then leads the way to the code room. We enter into the code room of the Pueblo. In doing so, it's like I've stepped back into the 1960s. There's a broken black light on the floor and several accompanying posters of The Doors on the wall. There are some pinup girl posters as well, but it looks like someone took a marker and drew clothing over the naughty bits. I somehow doubt it was one of the original sailors who did that. I think I see an old lava lamp on one of the tables as well. Either those Navy guys really were in their own little world, or this is Korea's anti-American Navy propaganda at work. I'm not sure which it is, though. This was the main room where the sailors would attempt to capture Korean government secrets. They attempted to destroy the evidence before they were aborted, but only succeeded partway. What was seized by our soldiers was taken and immediately put into a vault, and has only just been released to place back in here for viewing. It's over on the counter there. Great, guess I'll take a look and see what our boys were trying to find out back in 1968. I head over to where Yunji pointed and start rifling through a small pile of documents and binders. There really doesn't appear to be anything too incriminating upon first glance. Mostly coordinates of where the ship was at the time and date, various data on sea and wind conditions. There's a small amount of data on the original leader included, but nothing that likely wasn't already public knowledge. Okay, maybe the scribble about him having a pathetically small Johnson wasn't public knowledge. But I'm guessing a sailor wrote that in before getting captured as a bit of defiance. There's also a familiar looking green binder. It's old and discolored, but it's definitely something you could pick up at the post exchange. Guess they haven't updated that model in a few decades or so. I wonder what's inside. Flipping through, I can't help but laugh. I'm not sure why you find material of your country spying on us funny. Care to tell us what you find amusing? This binder doesn't have anything to do with Korea at all. She comes over and takes a look at the contents. Of course it is. Look at all these X's and O's and diagrams. Clearly this is a war journal that the Navy intended to use to attack Korea. More like this is a war journal the United States Army intended to use to attack the United States Navy. I don't understand what you mean. Why would your army attack your Navy? This war journal is an Army playbook from this 1967 football team. No wonder Navy won that year. They had the playbook and could formulate a defense against Army's offense. You mean to tell me that this is a dumb playbook for your lame American version of football? Pretty much. Guess this is one way to hide the theft. Stick the playbook on a ship out in the Pacific. You could probably get a small fortune from selling this to a collector. This place is starting to lose some of its luster. Can we go home soon? I meander around a little bit more, but there's nothing here that's all that damning. I probably could have done without having seen a crew member's molding silkies in one of the glass cases, though. We did get a late start. How soon will the driver be here? I'll text him and find out. She does so, and a few minutes later, her phone vibrates in response. He said it would be about 30 minutes. I go to say something, my stomach rumbles before I get any words out. It sounds like you're hungry. Yeah, I guess so. Anywhere I can grab some grub around here? There's a meat on a stick cart outside where we arrived. It's not seasoned all that well, but it's cooked properly and should tide us over until we get home. Lead the way, Yoonji. She smiles and grabs my hand, leading me back to where we were dropped off. Sure enough, there's a food cart there offering meat on a stick. This may be the first place I've been to that doesn't offer kimchi as a dish. I order a couple sticks and hand one to Yoonji. You didn't have to pay for mine. I can buy my own, you know. I wanted to, okay? I don't quite understand, but thank you. We eat our meat in silence. When finished, Yoonji turns to me and breathes deeply before speaking. I'm sorry you were uncomfortable with today's date. I know it can't be easy seeing a symbol of your country sitting captured in foreign waters. It does suck a little, but hey, it's just the Navy's old boat. I still had fun. I'm glad to hear it. I had a good time as well. Yoonji blushes and makes a rough attempt at speaking in English. Your meat is very good, thank you. I can't help but laugh and smile at her. For all her insults and jabs, she's not that bad. No problem, Yoonji. She smiles and closes her eyes. That sound always cracks me up. Minutes later, our driver arrives and we get back to the back seat. And a few minutes later, Yoonji's eyes are closed and she's resting her head on my chest. I think these girls have narcolepsy or something. Or maybe I'm just comfortable to them. Beats me. Guess I'll nap until we get home too. Third night here, a second after having been out all day with one of my chaperones. Or hostesses. Girlfriends, maybe? They sure seem intent on keeping me to themselves. Are they hoping to keep me here in Korea, or are they hoping I'll sneak them out? Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Perhaps grabbing hands, calling outings dates, and falling asleep on foreign men is custom here. Yeah, I'm not overthinking things. Speaking of thoughts, I think mine are about to be interrupted. Is our living room floor more comfortable than my bed? Loaded question, but I assume you meant it as an innocent one. Well, maybe not. Anyway, I came to see if you were busy this evening. Seeing as the Pyongyang nightlife involves explaining to soldiers what I'm doing out on the street at night, without getting killed or arrested, I'd say my agenda is pretty clear. It's not always like this. I'm sure at some point we can go somewhere in the evening. I hope so. Anyway, did you have something in mind for this evening? Yes, I was hoping you would help Yoonji with her English tonight. She really needs as much help as possible, and for some reason she doesn't do well learning under my guidance. I think maybe having a cute American man might help her. Not sure what being cute has to do with it, but I'm glad to hear I'm not the ugly American. You know, well, Yoonji has taken a liking to you. She's just never been good with her feelings. Color me 50 shades of not surprised. When she was 13, a boy who had a crush on Yoonji actually got the nerve to confess to her. She actually liked him as well. So they dated? Well, no, she didn't know how to handle the sudden confession, and she ended up shooting him with a pellet gun. A pellet gun? What the hell did she have one on her in the first place? I mean, do kids here just carry those to class? We prefer our students carry 9mm compacts. We're big 2A fans here. He confessed to her at the small arms practice range. You sure he was in love and not depressed? Seems like a suicide attempt was made there. Don't be mean. My sister has her faults, but she can be sweet, and is certainly not bereft of womanly charms. I suppose that's true. She's cute in her own way. Anyway, I would like for you to help her with her English after dinner. I'll have everything you need ready. Fair enough, I did promise to help her after all. Anyway, maybe I'll finally get some respect as her teacher. Probably shouldn't put all your hopes in one basket for that idea. Not sure how, but you mix up two old sayings that actually made a pretty decent new one after that. Beginner's luck? Probably. Still, it was kind of cute. Easy there, you're supposed to be flirting with Yoonji tonight. I thought I was teaching her, not flirting with her. There's a difference? A pretty clear one. Maybe one day you will understand. Don't put all your hopes in one basket. So mean. I'll have Yoonji waiting and ready after dinner for your tutoring. She walks to the room she's sharing with Yoonji, but I'm pretty sure I saw her turn back and wink at me. Teaching Yoonji English. This should be interesting. Of course, giving a loaded gun to a gorilla could be interesting too. But at least he'd have a fighting chance that time. Better take a quick nap before marching up into this battle. Yeah. ... Oh, look at her. Thanks for the meal, Yoonji. Again, you've outdone yourself. Best meal I've had in Korea yet. This is the first time we've seen her outside of her uniform. Well, of course, I've been training in the culinary arts, so it's the least I can do, thinking nothing of it. Look at you getting all bashful with the Americans' praise. Yuji's cheeks glow red. It's pretty cute. I may have to praise her more if that's the reaction it gets. I am not. You just took me by surprise with his compliments, that's all. You are such a terrible liar. Can I ask you for a favor, Ludwig? She winks, obviously. Of course. You've been such gracious hostesses. What can I do? Can you clean up the table and wash the dishes tonight while I prepare Yunji for your event this evening? I'd hardly call what we're doing an event, but sure, I'd be glad to clean up. What's going on? What do you think you're preparing me for? You're going to spend some one-on-one time alone in your bedroom with our guest. What? I'm not ready for that sort of thing. That's way too sudden and you're setting it up for Jiyoung. I mean, here's the part of the misunderstanding where you say, but if it's sex with Ludwig, I wouldn't mind. Yikes. Right, if it's sex with Ludwig, I would. Hey, stop tricking me. Now is about the perfect time for you to fulfill another tsundere trope. Who's running this operation here? I think Jiyoung is. Anyways, dirty as your minds may be, that's not even close to what we're doing. Are you thinking of something perverted right now, aren't you? I'm under assault from both sides now. Admit it, pervert. If I don't admit it, you must acquit. Okay, no way I'm spending any time alone in my bedroom with this creep. We'll be fine, Yunji. I think you've had more martial arts training than him anyway. How do you know I didn't have a part-time job as a dojo floor sweeper? Where the Sifu adopted me as his only child and taught me the ways of Taekwondo Leap. Because you live in America, home of slackers who bum on the beach when not sleeping. Everyone knows Americans are fat, lazy bums. Fortunately, I am not. Anyway, I'm going to help you learn English tonight. Him teach me English? But no buts about it. I'll meet you in your room in 5 minutes. Sister, you must learn English to advance in the People's Army. And our guest is going to help you. I'd rather have this sex. At least it'll be over in 2 minutes. English takes forever. I think I can last a little longer than 2 minutes. Speak for yourself. Both of you hush and go to Yunji's room and leave the door open. I swear if I hear you complaining, Yunji, you're doing strip English lessons. If you had told me that was on the table, I'd have offered my services sooner. Let's just get this over with. With that, she forcefully grabs my hand and drags me back to her bedroom. She also defiantly slams the door shut and locks it behind her. Honestly, my sister can be such an instigator. Just to make sure, we are practicing English and not having sex, right? Yes, we are just studying English. Here's the book we work from. She hands me a bright yellow paperback book. On the front, the title reads, How to Sound Like a Dumb American. Well, that's a good sign. Let's check the copyright date. 1987. Great, it's only 3 decades out of date, so I guess that's progress. I sit next to her on the bed and flip open to the bookmarked page. How about reading this sentence for a start? Hello, everybody. We should go to the discotheque to dance together. The image is almost as awkward as Yunji's pronunciation. Not even certain where to begin. I'd like to blame it on the book, but your pronunciation is atrocious. English is so hard. Why do we need to learn it anyway? I'm not sure. Junji said you needed it to advance in your military. I don't want to advance to that position. What position is that? That information is classified. I'm not able to share it with you. Great. Don't worry about my paranoia and concentrate on making an S sound that sounds like a snake. S instead of I'm bad with that myself. Evil bastard Ronald Reagan destroyed wimpy Walter Moondahl in the erection. Uh-oh. Look closer at that last word. That's not an R, but an L. You mean in erection? Yes, I mean, no, but yes, the word is election, not erection. They're two completely different things. What are they then? Uh-oh. An election is when the population of a place votes for its political leaders. Oh, we do that. The DPRK holds elections. Of course, we elect our representatives to the Supreme People's Assembly. I honestly did not expect that. How does that even work here? Well, the Supreme People's Assembly has 687 seats, and everyone over 17 can vote. That's pretty impressive. Who runs the elections? Every person who wants to run has to apply to the Democratic Front for the reunification of the fatherland, and they can approve or deny their application to be on the ballot. Then people get to go to an election place to vote for the one candidate the Democratic Front has selected to run for office that year. If you don't want to vote for them, you can go to a special booth with windows where you can cross out their name. Somehow, that's how I expected it to work. What party is in power now? The Workers' Party has 607 seats, and they're in an alliance with the Social Democrats, who hold 50 seats. So of the 687 seats, 657 are held by one party, essentially. Well, at least you probably don't have so many political ads on TV. Anyway, you never answered my question. What is an erection? Why don't you ask your sister or something? You said you would teach me English. Tell me. I really don't think I should. Tell me now. It's like something people have sometimes. You can't get one. Why not? It just doesn't work that way. Just focus on speaking in English for now. No, I want erection too. Too? Are you being a bad influence, Ludwig? No, you can't have one. Wait, Young, are you spying on us? Absolutely, you two are right. If you have enough time to listen in on us, you have enough time to help me train her in English. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Considering Yuji needs all the help she can get, yes, I would. No, really, it's okay. Let's stop and go to bed. Nope, not going there. Read the next sentence. There is only one true Korea. We must crush the occupers. I don't think any American would say such a thing. Our leader is what cooler than the Ludwig. Worse and worse. I'm not even sure where to begin correcting you. That's what her last teacher said. He didn't last long. I think you really need a speech therapist as well as intensive training in remedial English before tackling this book of absurdities. Remedial? This book is the remedial English book for Korea. The normal English book is much harder. Maybe instead of a book with complete sentences, you should have started with phonics or something more basic. Or phonics. Take a sip. You don't happen to have any of those learning letter leaders around, would you? I do not know what those are. They're these cute people made out of letters, and they usually have things that start with their letter. Like Mr. A would have an apple and an alligator, or Mrs. J would have juice and jam. I think we had something like that. They're what you call flashing cards. Let me look in my closet. Yunji goes to her closet, kneels down, and starts rummaging through. She also starts tossing things out behind her into the room, which is when I finally realize it's a huge mess. She has things scattered all over the place. Various plans and charts are covered by food wrappers. Her pellet guns are haphazardly thrown about the room as well. And her clothes? Her uniform is on a chair. The socks hang all over the place. And I think that's a pair of your panties hanging from a lampshade. I nudge Young and point in that direction. I'm pretty certain there's a fire hazard over there. Sweet Yunji, you're such a slob. I just cleaned this room. Now it looks like an American HVA rocket hit it, and you've got your dirty underwear hanging from a lamp. Like a scared cat, Yuji yelps and beelines it for the lamp, snatching her underwear. Zhang, why are you pointing out my unmentionables to him? Actually, he pointed them out to me. How could you? How could I what? How could you just casually point out my panties? It just rolled off your tongue, doesn't it? Aren't you embarrassed to say that word? Or to see a pair of them out in the open? Have you no shame? Just about everyone wears underwear or panties. I guess the British call them pants, which causes confusion with us Americans. But it's a dirty word. No, it isn't. Sure, some people feel uncomfortable saying it, but it's not a curse word or anything. I told you so, sister. I don't believe you both. Neither of you have any shame at all. Because of our ability to say the word panties. Okay, stop that. Stop what? Saying panties. Yes, cut that out. Or what? Panties, 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 pink panties. Striped across your butt panties. We all love panties. And Jung says I'm a child. Actually, children love saying words they think are dirty, even if they aren't. You should really try it out. Never. And there's nothing you can do to make me. Tell you what. If you can say panties in English, clearly just once, we'll stop the lesson for tonight. I don't think so. Where's the book? It's gone. While you were arguing, a snipe came and took it. Snipe, huh? Oh no, I'm not falling for that again. Jung hid it somewhere. Yes, you can have it back if you can say panties in English cleanly. You're supposed to be the sweet one. Only to Ludwig. I still get to be your teasing older sister to you. This is so not fair. A wise man once said, life is not fair. There are no wise men, but indulge me, who said it? Some wise guy, who knows? The point is, life is not fair, and if you want the lesson to end and your book back, you just have to say panties in English once, cleanly. Pantiche. Sorry, I couldn't make that out. What was that? Pantiche. You'll need to be louder than that. Pantiche. Pantiche, pantiche, pantiche. Can I go now? Nope, sorry, you haven't said it yet. I just said it 6 times. But not cleanly. Your S at the end came out as an SH. I'm afraid he's right, sister. You need to try harder. I hate you both. No, you don't. No, come on. You can do it. Yuji takes a deep breath and then slowly speaks. Panties. You made E.T. proud, but you did it. Who's this E.T. and why would he be proud? Space alien, long neck, big eyes, likes to eat peanut butter candies. Terrible English. Sounds like you, Yuji. Shut up and give me my book back. Look under the pile of clothes over there. You buried it looking for the flashcards. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Did you find them? Yes, but the lesson is over, so we don't need them. Can I see them anyway? She pulls them out of her pocket and throws them at my forehead. I naturally catch the box of cards. Knock yourself out before I do. I'm sleeping with one eye open tonight. Be nice, sister. But anyway, let's look at these flashcards. I pull out the cards. They're cheaply made and fairly worn, but the pictures are accessible. Looks like they were put back in the box in alphabetical order. Mr. A is flying an airplane. Mr. B is holding a bomb. Miss C has chemical weapons. And Mr. D has a dagger. These cards are fairly violent. Flamethrower, grenade, judo, machete, shotgun. Most of these cards have the letter person holding a weapon. Or fighting. What kind of fucked up deck of flashcards is this? Call me crazy, but I don't think the International Parenthood Association approved of printing these. Is that the United States after nuking on the U card? Oopsie, forgot about that one. No wonder we were told not to show these to outsiders. Yes, it's been so long, I had forgotten as well. You guys really like to indoctrinate your kids to hate us really young, don't you? No, it's honestly not like that. Not anymore, really. The printing company mysteriously went out of business years after issuing these. No one has stepped in to print new ones, so we use what we have. Oh, okay. Silence ensues, and not comfortably. It takes a good 10 minutes before I break it. I think I'm gonna hit the sack. Yes, it is pretty late. I shall hit my sack as well. Let's work on your idioms sometimes. Think of what you want. Think of where you want to go tomorrow. See you in the morning. Sleep well. I hear them bickering softly as I leave, but I'm too exhausted to strain myself to listen. Tonight was really, really weird. Scary weird. The girls seem nice, but from the past 2 days I get a real sense that I'm not really welcome in this country. I really need to stay on my toes and get through this trip just to get home. I'm really getting sick of that alarm. Seriously. This music violates the Geneva Convention in some way, I'm sure of it. It's been a bit since I've done my morning exercise, and maybe I'd better do those. Make sure I don't get rusty over here. I can't go outside and run, at least not without one of the ladies. I don't want to wake them up, as I don't think I hear them moving yet. Guess I'll do some push-ups and sit-ups and stuff for a while. ... Phew! Not too bad for taking a few days off. I think sometime during my workout I heard the girls get up and start doing their routines as well. I should probably take this time to get a shower before John gets in there. Not that the view wasn't pleasant already, but I get the feeling too many unplanned encounters of the disrobed variety might get me in some hot water. And not the literal sense of a shower. Another good reason to work up an early morning sweat is the shower. I'll be the first to admit that our bases aren't exactly perfect when it comes to getting hot water through the pipes to the shower, but at least it eventually gets there. Not here. I could crank the hot faucet all the way to Star Cash coffee levels and still get hit by some Arctic level water. The first time I tried the shower here, I waited and waited and then finally just forced myself into the glacier falls. I'm glad none of the girls have wandered in at me at least. Explaining shrinkage is the last thing I want to do here in Korea. Okay, second to last thing, next to dying by glorious leader's decree. ... Okay, that's as clean as I'm gonna get. Time to toss on my silkies and see what we're doing today. Hope Yuji cooked up something good. I'm a tad hungry here. Damn it, I also feel really guilty complaining about being hungry in a land that appears to be in a state of perpetual starvation. If this leader is so glorious, then how come he's got a land of scared, hungry people following him? I think I'm in between that area of still having a lot to learn and possibly knowing too much, and neither seems to be a safe state of mind for this country. Anyway, someone's moving about in the kitchen area. Time to go look. Good morning, Ludwig. I hope you're well today. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. Exercised some, got cleaned up, thought I'd see what was cooking in here. I'm starting to like this whole kimchi thing. It's a little white lie. I'm getting sick of kimchi with every meal. Nice to see you are finally admitting it. Of course, I already knew, but it's still a pleasure to hear it from your own voice. Was it that obvious? You ate 3 bowls last night, I'd say it was. Well, Gunny says I'm a growing boy, and then he makes me run. Guess it's the girth. That's what they say about Americans. Hong Kong. What? Oh, never mind. Just talking to myself. Well, anyways, what's Yuji got cooking for us? Speaking of which, where is she? I believe she was looking for something in her room, but was having a hard time finding it. Maybe you should go help her out. Are you sure that's a good idea? She might not want to be snooping around in her room. It's not snooping if she's there. Go ahead and help her. I'll get the table set. The quicker you help her find what she's looking for, the quicker we get to eat. Well, okay, I guess. I go back to the hall where the rooms are, though it's not that long of a walk. How to go about this? Zhang mentioned you needed assistance. Need some help there, Yunji? Cup, check. Kick. No, maybe not that last one. As I get to the door, I close my eyes and sigh. Dealing with Yunji can be mentally taxing. I slowly step in and open my eyes and instantly choke on the words I had so carefully prepared in my head. That's not too bad. It's just some painty butt. Oh, damn! Even Michelangelo couldn't have sculpted such a beautiful... Oh, wait, that's Yunji. Oh god, no, it's Yunji in a compromising situation. She'll kill me. Wait, I don't think she's noticed me yet. Which is good because I don't think I'd live to enjoy replaying this scene in my head if she knew I was here. Better back out slowly. ... Good. I'm almost to the door. I may just have to live to tell my grandchildren about this one day. Glad to see you and Ludwig are finally getting along, Yunji. Zhang, are you kidding me? Oh god, here goes any chances of having children. I'm not sure who to kill first. The perverted peeping Tim or the loudmouth older sister. But then killing him seems too kind. It's not like that, or Yunji, I didn't know. I'm going to... Yunji, I swear I wasn't peeping. Yes, you were. Jiang, you got me into this. You're both dead. It was just a second, I didn't see much. He was totally staring. Like, for minutes. Getting attacked from both sides here. Let's just all calm down and act rational here. Just admit you were comparing her ass to Renaissance sculptures already. How the hell did you know that? I'll kill you. Oh no. You could have warned me. Be quiet and pass me the gauze. Here. So, where did Yunji learn to kick like that? Ow! What? Did you think I would sanitize it first? And all loyal Koreans are instructed in the martial arts during our school education. You should just be glad I didn't go for a low kick. My grandkids will thank you for that one day. I'll need to change again, though. I think I got blood on my shirt. Well, it's not like you didn't deserve it. Oh, Yunji, there's so little you know about boys. This is why you didn't get asked to the May Day festivities. I'm going to have to side with Jiang on this one. Fine, how would you like it if I watched you get changed then? Honestly, it wouldn't bother me. I think enough men have seen my junk since I joined the Marine Corps to last me a couple lifetimes. And what about women? I'm not walking into that trap. I'd like to avoid getting another kick to the face. At least he learns. Really? Just wait for tomorrow's CG. What? Nothing. Well, I'm gonna go take a shower now, so stay out. Oh, I almost forgot. Could you go get the anti-swelling medicine from Yunji? Nope, no, wait, nuh-uh. Probably a good idea. It didn't fit into the budget anyway. Honk honk. What are you talking about? Ancient Korean secret. Anyway, let's go prepare the table for breakfast. They're really breaking the fourth wall here. Breakfast is over. We even managed to get through it without Yunji attacking anyone. It's probably good they keep the weapons locked up. God forbid I walk in on Yunji field stripping her rifle or something. After cleaning up, Zhang presents the familiar map to me again. So which date are you picking today? Wait, why is Yunji's bedroom written on here and then crossed off? Sister's idea of a joke was to list my bedroom as a date route after the incident this morning. However, as this is not an eroge, I crossed it out. Are you saying if this was an eroge, I don't even know how to pronounce that, eroge? You wouldn't have crossed that out. Just pick a date already. Can do. I'll pick the bedroom. No, where is it? It's not here. I gotta go a full Yunji run. I didn't last time I played it. China, not evil. North Koreans like China, I guess. How about this one? This island just outside the center of the city looks promising. It's called Yanggakdo. How about we go there for the day? Looks like I'll be the one taking you out then. Dress comfortably and bring your phone and wallet. If you're lucky, we may get a whole day of games. My phone? Anyway, games. What kind of games? Will we get to participate? I'm afraid not. You will only be spectators. Yanggakdo is a home to a 30,000-seat multi-purpose stadium. Well, that's fine too. What will we be watching? Baseball, basketball? Original leader forbid we ever host Americanized sports at one of our beloved stadiums. But isn't the glorious leader a huge basketball fan? Remember when Dennis Rodman went to North Korea? We all have our faults, but we'll be watching the World's game at Yanggakdo Stadium. You don't mean football? Football? I played back in high school. Oh man, I didn't know you guys like football here. The touchdowns, the quarterback sacks, the excitement. The touchdown? I'm talking about the most glorious game ever invented. You don't mean soccer, right? Now you've done it. Turning back to Yunji, it appears everything in her body from her teeth to her fists are clenched in anger for some reason. What did you say? Look, I don't hate soccer or anything, but if I wanted to watch overpaid guys fake injuries, I'd rather... You did it again? Did what? Whoa! Yunji has grabbed me by the collar and is barking in my face. A lesser man would have crapped his pants by now, or humidified his silkies. Call the greatest game on earth soccer one more time and you'll be drinking your kimchi through a straw. Calm down, Yuji. We call it soccer in America because we have a different manly sport called football. Well, there was that one guy who called it European kickball, but that's never caught on. I am well aware of your country's particularly bad habit of bastardizing football and thinking your form of it is superior. By the time you leave this country, you will never utter the word soccer again. This, I swear. I'm starting to think this is a bad idea. Yunji, be nicer. Remember, part of your low citizen scores were due to bad social interaction. This is a chance to improve on those and learn how to act around boys. Now, don't say that out loud, as if I'd want to interact with stupid guys. So I'm the guinea pig, then. A cute guinea pig, though. Cute? Now you're just making fun of me. Speak for yourself, Jiang. It's not that I feel that way too, stupid. You never were a good liar, Yunji. It's okay to tell him he's handsome. Americans are vain in that way. He'll appreciate it, even if you didn't mean it. Even though you do. Thanks. We can discuss your relative attractiveness some other time. Right now, we need to get ready and head over to Yangakdo. Roger, let me grab my things and we can head out. You will want to change your shirt to something with red or white in it. They are the colors of the home club there. If you don't have something, we'll have to get you a shirt on the way. Oh, it's not okay to just wear what I already have on? Of course not. Spectators of the home team must wear their colors. Anything else would not be a true display of unity. Oh, bummer. I was just about to change into my American flag shirt. Woo, ... Oh no, an awkward silence washes over the room. Neither one of them seems to be laughing. That was a joke, you know? Just hurry up and change already, you're wasting time. At this rate, we won't get very good seats for the first match. Got it, hurrying up on the mighty soccer snob. You probably get shot if you wear an American flag. No wonder they were so somber. I leap and run to the bedroom before Yunji can say or do anything at my light jest. I'm finding that it's kind of fun, a little scary to push her buttons some. Checking my suitcase, it looks like I didn't pack any red or white shirts. He just wore a white shirt the other day. I did pack a red windbreaker. I guess I could zip that up and blend in. Hope it doesn't get too hot, but at least if it rains, I'm covered. Grabbing my wallet and rather poor excuse for a passable cell phone, I make my way back out. So you have a death wish, I see? I pretty much expected her to be fuming just a bit. I didn't expect it to be so cute though, especially the way her nose wrinkles. Oh, death. How I yearn for your sweet embrace. Don't make fun of me! Out of the corner of my eye, I can see John giggle a little bit. You seem immune to my sister's charm. She certainly manages to frighten the soldiers around her, though. I can't help it if they're pathetic wimps who can't handle me. Let's get going, the driver is waiting for us. Before I can say anything more, Yunji has grabbed my hand and is dragging me out the doorway. Fortunately, it's not too long of a walk to the car. The driver is waiting and he raises his eyebrow, just a little at the sight of Yunji leading me by the hand. I swear I think I heard him mutter, "Whipped already," under his breath. Quickly, get in, driver, to Yangakdo right away. The driver nods and gets in. The car fires up, or sputters more like, and we're on our way. Not too long after the partition between the front seat and the back seat drops, allowing me to view the drive, such as it is. I had no idea how horrible the roads are here. We're practically driving on a bare rock garden. It's bumpy as hell too, my head is bobbing, like I'm at a metal concert. I apologize for the bumpy ride. We are slated to get paving sometime in the near future. Well, that's good. Why the jacket? I don't think it's going to get cold. In fact, it'll likely get hot. The truth is that it's the only thing to a red or white shirt I brought with me. Mostly in case it rained. I guess if it gets hot, I could look around and buy a t-shirt or jersey or something. We can likely find you a suitable t-shirt, but no one but official players may wear team jerseys. It's almost like blasphemy. Really? In America, people wear team jerseys all the time. Sounds like a silly place. People who aren't on the team wearing the team's uniform. Speaking of uniforms, I just noticed something. Why are you wearing yours? I thought we were all supposed to wear red or white, and you're decked out for a parade. That's because I'm supporting my team through solidarity. My team is the April 25th Sports Club, which belongs to the People's Army. Since you are no part of our army, you just need to wear their team colors. Okay, I guess I understand. You ever play football? No, there was never enough interest in a women's football club. I ended up on the volleyball team a couple times. I can see that you certainly have the build for volleyball. What do you think you're saying? You just look like a volleyball player. You know how some people just look like they belong in a certain sport when you see them? I see you and I think volleyball. I see. Like how you'd make a good sumo wrestler. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see how it is. Maybe I was going to say you have the legs for volleyball, but I bet you just like shouting spike during the game. Wait, what do you mean by that? You've been staring at my legs? It's not my fault your uniforms are basically mini skirts. Why are your uniforms so short anyway? Fabric shortage. We all had to make sacrifices. Right, and next you're going to tell me all the male soldiers just wear booty shorts. Of course not. They are, as you say it, commandos. Is that right? Note to self. Do not stand too close to Korean military guys. Anyway, I'm just saying you have the body type of a volleyball player, that's all. Don't read too much into it, it's a compliment. Americans have odd ways of complimenting people. Better shift subjects before she combats me over that too. So who is playing today? The main event features April 25 in a friendship game against Urchim FC from Mongolia. For that will be a ceremony featuring performances to honor the Workers' Party. Leading off the events are 2 DPR Korea League games. Kig Woncha Sports Club will play against Amrok Gang Sports Club to start, and that will be followed by Rim Yongshu Sports Club against Pyongyang City Sports Club. That's a lot of football for one day. It is in celebration of a prestigious historical event from the Workers' Party. As a result, they wanted to make a whole day of it. You should be thankful. We'll have hours of entertaining football as well as musical performances. So what event is being celebrated? Workers' Party secret. I can't tell you. Can't or won't? Yes. I think you don't know, and all you care about is non-stop football. So perceptive and such a sharp tongue. Should give it something better to do. Wait, did Yuji just make a... Uh-oh. Before I can finish my thought, Yuji has shoved a sour lollipop in my mouth. What did you do that for, and why on earth were you just carrying around lollipops? Did you give your tongue something better to do? You seem disappointed by this. And because I like candy. And sweet. I'm sweet like that. Sweet isn't the exact word I would use, but... You know, Yuji might know far more English than she led me to believe. So how long until we get to the stadium? Not too much further, we're getting close to the Yonggak Bridge. If you look out that way, you can see Yonggakdo International Hotel. It's the second largest building in Korea, and many tourists stay there. It features a revolving restaurant on the 47th floor, as well as various entertainment venues in the basement. Nearby is the Pyongyang International Cinema Hall, which hosts the Pyongyang International Film Festival every 2 years. A film festival? That sounds neat. When's the next one slated for? It's actually later this year, but unfortunately not during your visit. A shame. Our glorious leader has graciously been allowing more Western films to be shown. Well, that's good, right? Your film students would be able to learn from some of the films being made by the West. She raises her eyebrow and scoffs at me. You have it backwards, Yankee. Glorious leader graciously brings in Western films he thinks has potential, and then he personally edits them so that the product is even better. He edits them? You mean the scripts, right? No, he takes a physical copy of the film and makes his ingenious edits. Only then is it fit to be shown at our film festival and around the world. I even have a picture of me at one of the Korean premieres from last year. It's in my bag. She starts rummaging through her purse and presents to me a Polaroid photo. It's one of her standing next to a movie poster for what should be the popular superhero movie General America. Except he's had the North Korean flag poorly edited onto his uniform. Oh god. Oh no. And this next one, it looks like they even edited terrible CGI into the original Star Battles. But no, wait, that was our fault. Okay. Honk honk. These posters look familiar, like they've been altered. Badly at that. I've seen better edits in Micro Hard Painter. Well, of course it was altered. Glorious Leader edited the film and then had the posters changed accordingly. This is so wrong in so many levels. Next thing you know, oh god help me, the last photo on the set is the Titanic ship, but it looks like someone edited an American submarine launching torpedoes towards it. These certainly add a new perspective to my favorite movies. Of course they do. The Glorious Leader himself oversees all of the production. Hey wait, didn't the Glorious Leader father kidnap some South Korean director to make movies for him? Yoonji starts to get flushed. and her mouth twists into a frown. Of course not. He came here willingly. That's why he escaped when he was in Vienna, right? No, it was a driver. Go faster. Yuji kicks the seat. It's always funny to make her fret, but one of these days she'll probably stab me, and I should be careful. Well, enough for ruining my favorite films. You really look good in all these photos. I think that's the first time I've seen you out of your uniform. Why are you complimenting me all of a sudden? Tactical retreat. Anyway, it really looked nice. That's not appropriate. Just what sort of girl do you think I am? It's just all the options are the same. Ever heard of the term tsundere? Clearly you're a refined, sophisticated young lady of high moral standing. In North Korea, the player doesn't make the choices make the player, or something like that. You forgot intelligent. Anyways, you should learn how to take a compliment. I look out the window, and we're about to cross over the bridge onto the island. We'll be there shortly. I get a text from HQ that there will be an intermission between the first 2 games. We can go to the revolving restaurant and get lunch there if you'd like. We might even find some souvenirs there. Sure, sounds like a plan. Got about 15 minutes. My voice is getting hoarse. A few minutes later, we're pulling through the parking lot of Yongakuto Stadium. Before I even step out of the car, I can feel the intense heat of the midday sun. We should be able to get decent seats for the first match if we hurry. I'm already regretting my choice of wearing the jacket. I can already feel sweat dripping down my forehead. Having to go up a couple flights of stairs before isn't helping either. Is there any water around here? I'm getting pretty hot. I told you not to wear that jacket. Why didn't you listen? Because I didn't have a t-shirt in the colors you insisted me wearing. Well, I did until you burned it, but that's neither here nor there. I can go pick us some drinks. I don't want you to miss out on the game, though. That's uncharacteristically thoughtful of you, but I'll get us some water. I sit and wait while Yuji heads back to the concourse to get water. I'm really getting hot with this jacket on, but there's nothing to be done. If I take it off, Yuji will get mad that I'm wearing a yellow t-shirt. So I'll be stewing my own sweat for this game. Lovely. Hey, here you are. I got us the maximum amount of bottles allowed, 2 each. She hands me a bottle of water. It seems okay. It's imported from China, so you will be fine drinking it. Great, I'm dying over here. I never imagined Korea could get this hot. As I go to drink, what sounds like a huge cheer erupts from the crowd. That's a typo. I look at the field. The first 2 teams take the pitch, are walking out and warming up. However, for what sounded like a great cheer, I don't see a lot of enthusiasm from the crowd. Most are sitting and chatting or reading something. Recorded crowd noises. I'm sorry, come again? The cheer that erupted, it was from a recording. Everyone here is pretty much staring at their feet. Yes, well, the PA worker was just trying to pump the crowd up. Yes, pump the crowd up by prompting them to cheer the teams entering. It's quite normal. They'll be starting the match soon. Care to place a wager? That seems highly unfair. I know nothing about the teams playing. How do I know which one of the teams doesn't have some star player? All the players in the teams are Korean. I mean, how do I know if one of the teams has a superior player? It sounds to me like you're afraid of making a wager. I don't mind betting, but I have an idea of what I'm betting on. We aren't wagering much, just who picks up the lunch tab. Fine, you're on. Who's playing again? Kigwancha Sports Club is acting as the away team, and they are in all white uniforms. Rock Gang Sports Club is on the home team, and they're in the green jerseys. Anything else you can tell me about the teams? Rock Gang is the team owned by the Ministry of People's Security. They are usually very good and have won many league titles. Kigwancha is from the city of Sinuiju and shares a border with the Chinese city Dandong. They had a streak of league titles in the 1990s, but haven't been as good since. So I just pick a team, you get the other, and whichever team loses, that person buys lunch? Yes, now hurry up before they kick off. Maybe Kigwancha has some of those banned Chinese Olympians. Although Rock Gang is owned by a government security group. What do you think? Seems like either one would do it. I'll pick Kigwancha. I'll take the underdog and go with Kigwancha. They may not be owned by a government security group, but maybe they have some Chinese players hiding in their ranks. That is doubtful. If they were caught, the punishment would be severe. However, it's not unheard of for teams to sneak in other Asian players and pass them off as Korean. Well, I'm sticking with my decision. Kigwancha for the win. No, it's Kigwancha Sports Club, not FTW. What does FTW even mean? I heard FC with team names, but not FTW. Internet jargon. It's the abbreviation of for the win. Typical lazy Westerner. Why not just say for the win if it's only 3 little words? Just when I thought Westerners couldn't get any stranger. Wait! A loud whistle blows, signifying the start of the match. Both teams are pretty good, and the match goes along evenly at first. King Wancha has a striker named Min Ji Woo who can really boot the ball. Surprisingly, when he scores on a hard kick from just inside the penalty arc, Yoonji goes nuts. I thought you were an April 25 fan. Why so boisterous for Min Ji Woo? I appreciate his powerful kicks, but yes, April 25 is my team. Maybe he can join them next year. I believe he becomes a free agent after this season. I have to admit it is pretty cool the way Yoonji gets into the game. She's almost as rabid as any college football fan, cheering, screaming at the refs, throwing things at the field. By halftime, Amrock Gang has tied the score at 1-up, and I think I've sweated off half my weight in this jacket. I chug down my second water and wipe my brow. Still not enough. I'm melting like chocolate bars in the middle of the desert. Just when I feel like passing out, Yoonji hands me another bottle of water. You look like you need this more than I do. Yeah, at least you're not overheating. Thanks for looking out for me, though. Wait, why do you think I'm looking out for you? I just can't have you dying in the middle of the stands. It would cause an international incident. So I'm doing it for the glorious leader's sake, not yours, so stop talking about it already. Yoonji always gets so defensive. I smile at her anyway. Yeah, the game resumes for the second half a few minutes later. King Wancha fights valiantly, but one of their midfielders draws a whistle that awards Amrock Gang a penalty kick, which he converts easily. 15 minutes later, the match is over, with Amrock Gang victorious at 2-1. I win. It would appear a certain American owes their date a free lunch. Wait. No, I lost. Shit. Damn it. No need to rub it on. No need to rub it in. I'll gladly pay my wager. Let's go. I'd like to see if we can get you a shirt before we eat. You look stupid hot over there. Oh, I'm stupid hot now, huh? Just shut up, stupid. You're too easy to mess with. Come on, let's go. Damn it, I picked wrong. We head out and meet the driver, and we're off to the International Hotel. Doesn't take too long to get there. There are barely any cars on the road. Once there, we head to the gift shop and poke around for a t-shirt. My wandering eyes notice a books display, and I can't resist heading to it. The small section has headers like typical bookstore, fiction, non-fiction, autobiography. Glancing at the titles, they might as well be marked as propaganda. Sunrise Leader, From Poverty to People's Champion. Crush the Invaders, How Neoclassic Leader Destroyed the American Army. The Amorous Adventures of Liberator Leader. Yeah, let's go look for a t-shirt. There's a rack of t-shirts over here we can look through. I walk over and check out the selection. There isn't much to speak of. Most are plain and not in my size. After a few minutes, I finally find a red t-shirt with 425 in white on it. It's actually a little big on me, but it's better than wearing a windbreaker. I guess this one will work. Very nice. It's an official t-shirt of April 25. I approve. I purchase it for a relatively reasonable price, I think, and I go change into it, wrapping my jacket around my waist by the sleeves. We then take the elevator to the revolving restaurant. I notice that for some reason the buttons on the elevator skip from floor 4 to 6. Hey, why does the elevator not have the button for floor 5? Unlucky number, so we skipped over it. That's a new one. I've heard of the number 13 being unlucky, but never 5. I'm not sure, but that is why there is no 5th floor. When we get to the floor with the revolving restaurant, we are immediately led to a table. The menu is fairly extensive, offering a variety of Korean dishes. What would you say I should order here? I recommend the Korean food. No need for sarcasm. I just meant that I wanted to know what was good on their menu. The cold buckwheat noodles are good. They come topped with vegetables, pork, and gochujang. The barbecued meats are usually good, but stay away from the dog meat. No problem. So that's not just a myth, and dog is served in Korea. Meat is meat, be it from a cow, dog, or horse. And a person? The sanctions aren't that bad. I think I'll stick to the kimchi and the buckwheat noodles. As you wish. The waiter comes and takes our order. Yoonji must be hungry as she orders barbecue chicken. I hope it's chicken anyways. Before long, our order arrives and we settle in to eat. Some new art. How does it taste? Is it good? Thinking about it, I've had far better, but it's certainly plentiful. Sort of makes me feel guilty, though, considering the lack of food I've seen. It's good, though the kimchi you made for me was better. You liked my kimchi that much? You flatter me. My kimchi can't compare to this 5-star cuisine you're eating now, so please don't say such things. Didn't I tell you to learn how to take a compliment? I'm sorry, I'm not used to people complimenting me. Punch continues as we converse over different things. Once you get to know her, Yoonji isn't so hard to talk with, even though she still gets bashful at compliments. Before long, I noticed that we've stayed into the second game. I think we're missing the second game, Yoonji. Not that I mind, talking here with you is more enjoyable than watching football. Let's head back then, so we don't miss April 25's game. Finishing up, we head back to the car and go back to the stadium. We get there just as the second half starts, not that it matters. Pyongyang Sports Club is already up by 6-0 by the time we find our seats again. With such a lopsided score, the refs seem to have swallowed their whistles, and the game goes by faster with barely any stoppage time. In the end, Pyongyang SC beats Ryumyung-su 9-0. As the teams leave the field, the PA guy gets on the horn with information. Please stay seated. In 10 minutes, we will have a performance by the #1 Korean idol, Park Ri-byul. Really? They managed to get her on the schedule for this? This is wonderful. Is she that good? I've never heard of her. Her songs are all over true Korea, though we haven't really exposed her music to the West yet. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before she tops your musical videographic televisions. I don't have the heart to tell her how wrong that statement was. Beyond the fact that the channel hasn't shown much music videos since the 1990s, that is. It's like a jab at MTV. Well, I'll look forward to it then. A few minutes later, a makeshift set has been put up and the idol has been brought out. She's cute, decked out in obvious Korean attire, complete with a glorious leader t-shirt. The music kicks in and it's definitely rough. Sound quality is like something off an old phonograph. And when her cue comes, Park Ri-byul starts singing 99 Soviet balloons floating in the Korean sky. Another splendid hit song penned by the glorious leader. The song is basically as old as the guy. I mean, this was a hit, in Germany, 1983. What? Did he write it as a baby in German? Oh god, the singer is even wearing the same jacket from the original music video. I don't know why you keep doubting Glorious Leader's songwriting ability, but there's no way he'd borrow a song from the West for our idols. Well, she's a pretty singer, and I guess they say copying is the biggest form of flattery. Although I wouldn't exactly call this rendition flattering. They could update the sound equipment she might sell in the States. I suppose a goodwill tour by her would be good for the world. It might brighten up the spirit of others to see the top Korean idol perform. I just nod and smile. I don't think she actually knows that the rest of the world has been leaving Korea behind. For decades, it appears from the look of their pop idol. Park Ri-byul performs 3 more songs, all covers of popular 80s songs, before finishing her set. To her credit, she does have the audience eating from the palm of her hand. Although half these people look hungry enough to eat from my hand too. Or just eat my hand, if Yuji wasn't here. When she bows, I feel like I hear the crowd cheering in earnest for the first time. Time for the main event then. You said this was friendly, right? Yes, April 25 is hosting Urchim FC from Mongolia in a friendship game. I don't know the level of competition, but April 25 is a premier rated team, so what's your bet? After my last crushing defeat, maybe we should just enjoy watching this. Fair enough. Looks like the first match of the day was best of the lot. Was the best of the lot. April 25 is clearly the better team on the field, scoring 3 goals in the first 10 minutes. By halftime, it's 5-1, and April 25 has already sent in substitutions to lessen the damage. Guess this match is pretty much settled. Yes, but I'd like to stay and watch it until the end. I don't get to see many football matches with my work in the military. It's really nice to get out, and I've had a nice time with you. I've had fun too, so sure, let's stay and finish watching the curb stomp. The second half seems to fly by as April 25 decimates the Mongolian visitors. Once the score settles, it's 8-2 for the final, we walk back to the car. It's starting to get dark, and Yuji yawns as we sit down to go home. Feeling tired? A little. You wouldn't mind if I took a nap, would you? Not at all. A few minutes later, and she's nodded off. A few more minutes later, and she snuzzled her sleeping head on my shoulder. On one hand, it's nice. On the other hand, she started drooling. Yawn! I feel my eyelids getting heavy as well. Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot. After what feels like no more than a minute, I'm snapped awake as the driver slams on the brake. We have arrived home, American pig dog, says the driver. I nod and gently nudge Yunji. I prefer being called a capitalist, okay? Hey, Sleeping Beauty, we're back. Thanks for letting me nap. I should be able to get dinner together. Sounds like a plan. These past 3 days have gone by so quickly, especially because of all the places I've gone to with these 2 girls. It's kind of nice to kick back and relax a little after having another one of Yoonji's meals. I must admit, she does a great job with the limited food they have here in North Korea. The only thing is, now there's too much time to kill and nothing to do. Jong and Yoonji are sitting reading books. I'm just here on the floor describing what's going on in my head. Hey, didn't you 2 have a radio somewhere? Maybe there's something we can listen to. Yes, we do have a radio. Actually, KCBC should be airing Voice of Korea soon. Voice of Korea? What's that? It's mostly news and music and the reading of original leaders' memories. Or memoirs. Memoirs, not memories. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of memories. It's the best radio program. You'll love it. I suppose it's better than staring at the ceiling. Can we tune in? Certainly. Let me go get the radio. I suppose it would be a good idea to listen to the news, see if anything has happened recently. Maybe your government finally apologized for your aggressive stance against our glorious leader. Yeah, sure, that's gonna happen. You probably shouldn't hold your breath. I have no intention of holding my breath. Never mind. I think I heard Jiang mumbling something about the antenna not being put back inside the radio correctly. Maybe undercover. God, please. We only have a few days to deal with this. Pretty sure she paired it with an unflattering comment about the nature of her sister's tidiness. Yunji, how many times do I have to tell you to push the antenna back into the radio so it doesn't get bent or broken? How do we know I was the one the last to use the radio? The dial is set to the Korean soap opera station. You're the only person who listens to it. You have a soap opera station? Yes, well, the stories are very moving. The latest episode of Pathway to Pyongyang had its big finale last week. I'll pass on a summary. How about we just turn on the radio? Yes, that's a good choice. You don't want to get Yoonji going on about her soaps. Jung starts setting up the radio while Yoonji mutters something about putting arsenic in the next batch of kimchi. Good thing she probably can't get her hands on any. They had a hard enough time getting food here, let alone exotic poisons. Looks like they've got an old 80s style boombox, complete with double cassette deck. The record button on deck 2 is missing though, probably for the best. I don't think they play anything current here anyways. After fiddling with the dial, Jung finally gets a signal. Almost immediately, she snaps to attention when hearing the marching music coming through. Yoonji has done the same thing. I guess I'd best stand as well. ... And 3 consecutive march songs later, we finally get to sit down. You have 3 national anthems? Don't be absurd. Only the first song was our national anthem. The other 2 were songs for original leader and son of original leader. So in essence, you have 3 anthems, and I'd imagine a 4th in the works for glorious leader. Yes, I would think glorious leader will be getting an anthem as well. I consider starting a really comfortable shoe company for all the standing you'll have to do, though I don't think your government would let me start a business. Hahaha. So funny, Mr. Smarty Mouth. At least ours are original. Your country sets its anthem to a British drinking tune. Well, at least it's not the German anthem. That one is actually a drinking tune. Well, depending on your circle of friends, I guess. Hush, you two. The news is about to start. This is Voice of Korea. I'm your host, Bai Gu Wang. Is that a real name? The guy definitely had a rough childhood. In today's top story, Glorious Leader has declared the next 2 days as a national holiday to celebrate his triumph over the American dictator in trade negotiation. In this momentous victory, Glorious Leader has said to have secured a trade deal with the American idiot-in-chief in exchange for vastly superior armaments. While the details are still unclear, it appears he has sent a small payment to the head wingnut for what the Americans claim is their newest weapon, the ID-10T missile system. The idiot. Let us all hold a moment of silence and awe at our glorious leader's negotiation skills. Maybe I can try to sell the glorious leader some Chem-Lite batteries if I ever bump into him. We get 2 days off. We can all do something together. We've already done things together, like Juchiopoly. I think she means we can have a group date together. But sister, I thought we were supposed to... We've done that for 3 days now. We're really at the point in time where we should have a group outing. Yes, this does seem like the appropriate spot and time for that. Let me see if I have this correct. For 3 days, we've gone on single girl dates, just one of us and Ludwig. And now, because we're about to enter day 4, it's required we have a group outing. Yes, that's how they work. Yes, sister. This is how it's done. It just sounds so scripted. Well, sometimes you have to plan things out. Precisely, for the next 2 days, it shall be all 3 of us together, sharing the good times and making memories. So where will we all go on this trip? Let me think about it for a bit. I nod and we again focus on the ongoing broadcast over the radio. And while our generals couldn't reach an agreement with Russian President Vladimir Putin on the summit date, the hope is the Russians will meet with us soon to discuss our next shipment of voluntary laborers to Siberia. Turning to entertainment news, Glorious Leader has announced he will put on a concert tour next year, where he will perform his international hit singles. The voluntary attendance is considered mandatory, and fun will be had by all. Dates to be announced soon. Mandatory voluntary attendance. In the Corps, we call that being voluntold. Glorious Leader has a wonderful singing voice. It is an honor to be able to attend his concerts. I hope I do not get wall duty again when the Pyongyang dates are announced. Yeah, see, we were really upset last time. I'll see about switching shifts with you if that happens. You'd do that for me? Of course, Yoonji. You are my precious younger sister. I want the best the world can offer for you. Thank you, sister. You're always looking out for me. It is touching to see how much Young cares for Yoonji, though sometimes I wonder if she goes too far and ignores her own wants or needs. And now a word from our sponsors. Sponsors, I don't think your government allowed for something so capitalist. You won't be hearing ads for sweatshops, sneakers, or designer medicines. Then what sort of commercial will I be hearing? The only thing that deserves to be advertised. I should have known. No, really. I should have known. Good evening, citizens of best, true Korea. Truly you are graced to live here. This bountiful land of plenty sent by the divinity of our original leader to his grandson, our glorious leader. He alone has the wisdom to direct our country to its rightful ascension as rulers of the world. But he is not alone in this eternal struggle against the forces of those who occupy all our other lands, especially our birthright land to the south. The Workers' Party, the only party that represents all its citizens anywhere on Earth, assists our glorious leader as he stares down the threats the world poses to us. Together, glorious leader and the Workers' Party will lead our nation to total triumph over the evil forces of the United States and its enabler allies. Remember to support your Workers' Party by saluting our brave military members who will do battle on our behalf. True Korea prevail. Man, I thought commercials in America were long-winded. That was... Are you crying, Yoonji? That was poetry. Beautiful poetry. I'm so happy to be part of our destiny. Okay, well, Jeong. Sorry, I was just lost in thought, trying to figure out where to go for our outing. Maybe we can get out of the city and go somewhere else. I could use a change in scenery. I had considered that option. Oh no, I'm not going camping again? Never, ever, ever again. Who said anything about camping? You did. You suggested a change in scenery from a city. Yeah, but I never said it had to be camping. Don't mind Yoonji, she's hated camping since she was in the Young Pioneer League. All the other kids threw her camping gear in the river after she shot them with a pellet gun. Based. It's not like they didn't deserve it. Yoonji stuck out her tongue. Regardless, we aren't going camping, Yoonji, so you can relax. Thank goodness, we only have one tent anyways, and it's only designed for 2 people. That would make the trip rather cozy. Not even, you'd be sleeping under the stars. You'd at least give me a sleeping bag, right? We only have 2. Sorry. We'd pack some extra blankets from the depot, but regardless, we aren't going camping. Then where are we going? Jeong brings over the map she's been studying and points to an area of the eastern part of the Chinese-Korean border. Paitku Mountain. We will be spending our trip there. A mountain? Not just any mountain. It's the most sacred mountain in all of Korea. Original leader's son was born atop the mountain. It was like Heihachi. It also served as an important encampment of our country's struggles against the evil Nipponese. Boring. Enough history. Paitku Mountain has lots of gorgeous waterfalls, as well as some natural hot springs, which is good since it's always cold up there. Glad you mentioned that. We'll be staying at a small little-known hot spring cottage near Lake Chan. Sounds like a fun little outing. Perfect for a group date. And our final story tonight? It has come to the Workers' Party attention that there are potentially still Western sympathizers in the ranks. Oh no. Glorious leader is investigating into this, and appropriate action will be taken. Have a lovely holiday. Those 2 things don't really go together. Who cares? Go rest up. We got to catch a train and then take a car tomorrow to get to our destination. And we'll still need to pack. That's true, sister. Let's all go get ready for the trip. Well, I'm already packed, but some extra sleep won't hurt. Yes, you'll want to be full of energy for this trip. Sleep is essential. Good night, Yoonji. Looks like the next 2 days are all set. I'm looking forward to it. Time to hit the sack and get ready for this 2-day excursion. I can't pick any places now. They're coming from all angles and their firepower is overwhelming. Everywhere I look, I see waves of heavily armed infantry coming right for our lines. In my hands is an outdated submachine gun. I'm going to die here. Worse, it's going to be at the hands of my former comrades. Behind me, Yoonji is barking orders at all of us. I plead with her that I can't fire in my own countrymen, but my pleas fall on deaf ears. How did I end up here? I never asked for this. All I wanted was a vacation with some buddies in Korea. Instead, I've been impressed into the front lines against the United States charge into Pyongyang. We're losing badly. We, the North Koreans, I mean. Screw this, I'm dropping my weapon and surrendering. ... Down I go as I get the non-business end of a USA Standard Select Fire rifle right to the forehead. As I go down, I think the attacker screams for my capture. How nice. I'm not gonna die here, I'll just be taken back to America and executed as a deserting traitor. ... A voice is calling me, a sweet voice. I recognize it. Female voice. Wake up, Ludwig, please. We need you. We're going to be taken back to America as prisoners. I'm scared. I struggled to respond. That blow took a lot out of me. I could tell that the person has come closer. I can feel her breath on my face. We'll be okay if you just wake up. Please wake up. We need you. I think there's real emotion behind these words, like affection. It gives me strength to wake up, open my eyes. Ah! Rise and shine, sleepy. Shine and rise. If only all alarm clocks came with such a sweet voice and a pleasant view. Wait, why didn't my phone go off? If you're wondering about your phone, the battery died out and it's recharging. I thought I charged it when I went to bed. I'm afraid the power went out again last night. It must have died overnight. It's charging now. So I thought I'd wake you. Was I wrong to do so? No, not really. I have no reason to complain. That's a relief. Anyway, please get up and get ready for the journey. Also, you appear flushed and have broken out into a sweat. Are you feeling okay? Shit, I can't tell about that nightmare I just had. It's too strange and too frightening. Yes, I'm okay. Just had an odd night is all. Having a naughty dream, were you? Why am I not surprised? Yunji. It appears the other sister has worked her way in and is radiating her typical warmth and charm. You'd think she would have dropped the tsundere routine by now, but here we are. It was nothing like that, but it was a dream. Damn it, me and my stupid mouth. Yes, I had a strange dream and I don't feel like talking about it is all. Pervert. Well, what did you dream about last night, Yunji? Well, don't you know it's rude to ask a girl what she dreamed about? Well, it is you big dumb head. It is, you big dumb head. That might be the weakest insult you've tossed at me yet. Don't let her get to you, Ludwig. She told me all about her dream. It involved you, her, the boombox, and a window. You promised not to tell him. Oh, and I didn't even get to the best part yet. You two could play this game. How about I go find your diary and bring it to him? And with reflexes that would make a ninja gape in awe, Jung is dragging Yunji out of the room. Don't delay and get yourself ready. I'll have Yunji buried by the time you're done. Wouldn't that kill the point of the group outing? Killing is the point, yes. Avenge me, Ludwig. I'll avenge you. I'll keep your memory alive in my dreams, Yunji. I hate you both. Yunji should be okay. Jung won't kill her. Probably. I also to take a quick plunge in the Arctic water that they call a shower and gear up for the 2-day excursion. I think I heard them bickering a bit, so that's a good sign that Jung didn't kill Yunji. I head out to meet them. Looks like everyone has all their possessions ready. Does everyone remember to hit them on the head as well? I get to hit someone on the head? This trip seems better already. No, that's not what that means. It's... never mind. Yes, I've hit the head. Good, then let us be on our way to the train station. Looking at the girls, I note 2 things. 1, they both have what appears to be heavy bags packed. I'll fight the urge to say something chauvinistic here. 2, they're not decked out in their military duds. They're in civilian attire. I don't think I've seen you ladies out of your military outfits for too long since I've been here. You both look very nice in your casual wear. What are you complimenting us on clothing for? It's not like we dressed up for you. Speak for yourself, sister. I certainly did. Why are you always showing off like that? Because I know it presses your blinkers. That's buttons. Anyway, let's get going. Being the lonely guy here, I should carry one of their suitcases, but should I pick a case or try both? I mean, Yunji will likely get mad if I try to carry her things. Then again, she might get mad if I try to carry Jong's things. I'm not sure how Jong would feel about it. Sometimes I get the notion that she's trying to push me towards Yunji, but then she has reservations about it. So what should I do? I'll carry both bags. Wait, I'm trying to go full Yunji here. I'll help Yunji by taking her bag. Yeah, she'll probably like that, knowing that I care for her so much. So I'm going to help Yunji with her bag. Is this really a good idea? Well, the worst she can do is kick me in the head. Both of them. I nonchalantly walk over and grab her bag. It's pretty light despite the size of the case. Why are you picking up my suitcase? I thought I'd help you with it by taking it to the car for you. I don't really need to help. I'm not a distressed out darling who can't carry her bag. Why must you be so rude, Yunji? He's just trying to be nice to you. If you're so interested in his niceness, then why don't you let him carry your case? If he wanted to, I'd let him, but he wanted to help my sister. How can I complain? I didn't mean to get you two fighting. I'd be glad to carry your bag, John. Next time, Ludwig. Deal. Okay, you two love squirrels. Stop being mushy and let's move. Love squirrels. Same car as I've been riding in this week. Got the bags in the trunk and we're about to get on the way to the train station. The ride to the train station will be short. The train will take us to the city of Hyesan, where we will get another car awaiting us to drive to Mount Pyeongtu. Is our driver coming with us as well? No, he has other plans. Since we told him of our trip, he decided to do something else. Then who's going to drive us? I will be doing the driving from Hyesan to the base of the mountain. You never told me you could drive, Yunji. Why have we been chauffeured all around all week if you have a license? On a list of things Yunji is good at, driving ranks somewhere in between subtlety and socializing with handsome foreigners. Well, that's a... Wait, Yunji's not good at either of those things. You're quick on the take-up on this one. I'll have you know, Glorious Leader told me just the other week that I broke the record for number of potholes hit in one trip. That's not really something to be proud of. It was a record according to Glorious Leader. Guess Glorious Leader has a sense of humor after all. Regardless of Yunji's exemplary record, she'll be the one driving us on the last leg. Considering what I've just learned, you'll excuse me for not saying I'm looking forward to it? You should. After all, since Yunji is driving, you'll have the chance to sit with me alone in the back seat. Gulp. Don't look so nervous. I don't bite. That's not what you wrote on your diary. Ow! It appears I need to change the padlock combination on my diary again. See how violent my sister is. Have I ever hit her once? No, but you do kind of bring it on yourself by taunting her. Well, she teases me just as much, but I don't resort to smacking her around. I had no idea you felt that way, Yunji. Does this mean you'll stop hitting me? No, but now I know your true feelings, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. And the other stuff is doing some fucked up shit overseas that you don't want to talk about when you get home. Or that's how I always heard that phrase end. Well then, sister, I'll have to be on my guard and fight back. Now you get the picture. Stand up for yourself and for what you want. Are we anywhere near the train station yet? Not too much further. Thank goodness. I'm not sure I want to be cramped in a car with you two when this conversation goes nuclear. A few minutes later, we arrived at the train station in Pyongyang itself. And right away, our stuff is loaded into a train, and we're headed towards a passenger car. On the way, we all make sure to stop at the facilities to refresh ourselves. For some reason, it takes me a while to snag an empty stall. As a result, I'm last of the three of us to get back to the train, and it's relatively full. Guess the first couple of stops have quite a few passengers. And for some reason, the two girls have split up, so that each one is by herself with an empty seat next to her. Are they doing this on purpose, trying to make me choose between the two? What's the point of this? The only other option is to sit on a hard, uncomfortable looking bench and invite the two of them to sit on either side of me. My butt's already aching at that option, but it might be better than hurting the feelings of one of the girls. A little help here? Of course, I gotta go full Yunji. Next to Yunji, makes sense. Jeong is less likely to beat me up for snubbing her. Heck, she'll probably be happy, right? I belly on over to the seat next to Yunji and I sit down next to her. She has to know by now that I have feelings for her. Can't believe you chose to sit next to me. Why can't you? Why can't you? Well, there's a seat open next to Jeong and I figured you would naturally go sit next to her. I could go move next to her if you're uncomfortable. No, don't! I mean, it's okay. It's not like I'm happy you chose to sit next to me. But it would be a pain for you to move now, so just stay here next to me, okay? Still can't be honest with him, can? Well, it's his own fault for sitting with me instead of you. You know, you'll eventually push him away if you keep acting like that. Acting like what? You know I'm not very good with guys, especially attractive foreign. Oh, you admit I'm attractive then? No, I mean, yes, but shut up. Shut up. Oh, Yoonji, when will you ever learn? You shut up too. Don't be a hurt loser just because the cute guy sat next to me. Nonsense, I'm happy for you. I wish you a long life together and many babies. Could we get through this outing before even thinking about sleeping with your sister? Are you saying you want me? I see no reasonable answer that gets me out of this with any grace or dignity. So I shall instead close my eyes and pretend I have come down with a case of narcolepsy. Narcolepsy isn't an illness. Can't hear you because narcolepsy. Yes, I have come down with narcolepsy too. You two are such a cute couple. Aw. Not too long after, and the train is chugging along at a pace that would make the German mouse tank proud. But I guess it still beats driving all the way here, considering the lack of gas stations and actual modern civilization outside of Pyongyang after all. Well, and inside of Pyongyang too, but at least Glorious Leader is trying to catch them up with the rest of the world. A bit. Maybe I can catch up on some sleep here. Are you enjoying the trip so far? It's okay. Car ride was fine, and while full, this train isn't nearly as packed as the metro on a Monday morning. Got something on your mind? Nothing in particular. Yunji has already taken the liberty of falling asleep. Kind of looked like you were, how is it put, spacing out? So I thought I'd talk with you. I hope you don't mind. No, I don't mind. Actually, could you tell me a little bit about where we were going? You want to know more about Mount Pyeongtu? Well, more like about where we're staying. I understand, it's a small little hostel meant for short stays. It's near a natural hot spring. It has the typical amenities for entertainment. What amenities are those? Mostly table tennis and karaoke. Nothing beats the classics, right? There's one thing I neglected to mention about the trip that you should know. What would that be? There aren't many rooms at the hostel, and with our budget being what it is, I only booked a single room for the 3 of us. That makes sense. You have to save money. Did you just say 1 room for all 3 of us? Yes, will that be a problem? I don't think so, at least not for me anyway. So long as you have plenty of tissues to clean up my nosebleeds. You never told me you had a medical condition. No, it's not like that. I don't have a medical condition. Come to think of it, I haven't seen you bleed out of your nose during your stay so far. Does this mean you have it under control? Sorry, just a bad joke. Think nothing of it. I'll be fine. We'll all be fine. I don't have any shame about being in my skivvies since joining the Marine Corps. Something about a bunch of sweaty dudes being cramped together in one barracks for 12 weeks does that to you. Why the hell did I just say that? I'm clearly not thinking straight. Well, that's a pity. I suppose I'll have to get over mine too for this trip. Gulp, invisible nosebleed. I'm teasing you, Ludwig. You're much more flirty than you let on at times. Is it so strange? I feel comfortable around you, and you're kind of fun to tease. I can't argue with that. I'm glad. Anyway, maybe we should take this chance to nap, as we won't get that when Yunji drives us to the hostel. Probably not a horrible idea. I watch as Jung shifts into a more comfortable position and closes her eyes. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to catch some winks myself, but I'm kind of amped at the moment. Must be the after effect of Jung's flirting. At least a mirror window so I can look outside as we roll through rural Korea. It's not a bad sight. Wilderness seems less depressing than what passes for a city here. I look back the other way to see Jung is asleep, and now Yunji is awake. She looks like she wants to say something, but isn't ready to speak up. Hi Yunji, did you get some rest? Some, not as much as I'd like. That last bump woke me up. Can't nod back off. Then. I can't just yet. I'm a tad thirsty and I've had some thoughts on my mind. I left my change in my bag so I can't offer you any of it for your thoughts. What are you going on about? I was going to offer you a penny for, you know what, never mind. What were you thinking about? I was just thinking about the past few days with you and Jung and me, just how it's been relatively enjoyable, and I guess Yunji seems a bit sad, and she's trailing off on that last sentence. I've enjoyed it as well. I wasn't expecting to be hanging out in northern Korea with a couple girls. But it's been a nice experience, for the most part anyway. It's been a nice break from the routine. For the most part, our lives have been pretty regimented. You could say we were groomed for the military. We never really had any vacations or went anywhere, and our father has been so distant lately. I'm sorry, I never realized you had family worries. Come to think of it, I never really asked about your family. I guess I was so focused on having a good time with you and Jiyoung, the thought to ask never occurred to me. That and avoiding kicked in the shin by you, but I'll keep that in a thought bubble. It's alright. We didn't want to make you sad on your vacation with us. I'm not even sure why I'm telling you now. Sometimes it's good to talk with someone about new things. It's easier that way. Wonder about that, I guess. I guess I feel comfortable around you. You listen to me and you're nice to me, even though you tease me a lot. We Americans are a funny group. We genuinely tease those we like the most. You like me? Well, of course I do. I like you and Jiyoung. You're both fun to be around. Oh, I understand. I'm glad you decided to visit, though. I'm going to try and get back to napping now. That sounds like a great idea. I think I'll get a few winks, too. Yunji curls up as best as she can to get comfortable while I stretch my legs out as much as these cramped train cars will allow. These might be the most serious conversations I had with both girls since I've gotten here. I can't help but think that there's something on their minds that they aren't telling me. Maybe I'll learn before having to head back home. Seems we hit a smooth section. I think I'll take that nap. The rest of the train ride went without incident. When we got to the Hyesin station, we grabbed our bags and picked up our rental car. At least I think it's a car, in the least representative form of the word. John called it a Laika Lada. I call it a Soviet rolling death trap. Think of a rusty old Yugo from the late 1970s and you pretty much got the picture. Sure. It's a good thing America rejected this piece of perestroika, or the Soviets would have defeated us via car accidents. The minor issue being I'm cramped in the backseat with Jung. Though it does oddly resemble the same backseat of the car we've been riding around all week. How weird. Maybe it's one of those one-size-fits-all Korea communist things. Either way, I'm squished up closer to Jiyoung than when we overfill one of the LMTVs with 18 or more grunts on a trip down I-95. Well, at least she smells a lot better than 17 other sweaty guys. She's also more comfortable to be pressed up against, too. I'm a man, and she's soft. Stop judging me. This is my safe space. Okay, so that's not really a complaint. The real complaint is that Yunji's driving was overhyped. And considering we'd established Yuji wasn't a good driver earlier, this means her driving is even worse than I ever could have imagined. Well, whichever deity is in charge up there, I'm asking you to deliver me from this threat to my person. I'm not picky about which one of you answers. You are like a little baby with your whining. I'll have you know I missed that last pothole. On purpose? Let's go with that if it makes you feel better and shuts you up. I'm going to die in North Korea, and in the least politically charged way possible. Death by communist wagon falling off the side of a mountain trail. If you don't shut up, your death will be caused by me strangling you. If only. Ordinarily, I would say something nice to placate the situation, but I am afraid I am in agreement with Ludwig on this. Have you gotten worse since that last time going out with you driving? I hope this model has child lock so I can bail out and leave you two plunging to your deaths. Child locks? I hope this Cold War piece of junk even has anti-lock brakes, let alone child locks. Good. Okay, you hit that big-ass crater on purpose, admit it. I admit there was a big-ass crater, and I hit it. My head would be hurting, but it was stopped by the fun bags system installed near my head in the backseat. Maybe this isn't so bad after all. You could try to make the ride a little more cozy, sister. You meant comfy, right? Because you two look cozy enough. Like it's our fault the rental car's backseat is barely big enough to fit a couple of underfed Eastern Bloc children, let alone two fully grown adults. I am thankful you bathed and put on perfume. It smells nice. Cologne, guys, put on cologne. Wham! Did you just run over a deer carcass or something? She better not have. If it was fresh enough, we could have cooked it over a fire pit. Good joke. It wasn't a deer carcass, just an overgrown root. Also, if you don't like the heights, then please don't look out the window right now. I'm not falling for that one again. Tell me not to look out the window so I'll look in free. Oh, holy shit. How are you managing to drive this close to the edge? Talent, and stop screaming. I told you not to look. Talent my ass. Jung, you're really an ancient Korean deity who has answered my humble prayers, right? I have been compared to goddesses before, however, I don't think I have any actual powers. My guess is we're just really lucky Yunji hasn't killed us yet. Way to back your little sister up. How much further do I have to endure this torture? Not too much further. Once we find the appropriate lot to park in, we can take a short hike up to the hotel. We have to hike there? It's not a long hike. I'd say we can take a cable car up there, but it's never really in operation. Hiking won't be so bad. At least I can avoid obvious walking hazards, unlike Yunji when she drives. Thud. I only hope I remember who I am after the multiple concussions I'm likely racking up back here. Don't worry, if you grit, we'll brainwash you into being our manservant. I will never make fun of New York drivers ever again after that experience. Once we get to the parking lot, we had to hike a curved mountain path to the summit. It took roughly 40 minutes or so. Once there's Jung and usually led me down to a much less used path to a quaint hotel, near to what appeared to be a small natural hot spring that broke off from the crater lake. It's about mid-afternoon when we finally arrive. I must say the place certainly does look cozy, at the very least. Maybe rustic would be a good term for it. The hot springs outside looks pretty warm, which is good considering it's pretty damn cold up here. Guess the girls weren't kidding when they said it was chilly year-round. There's also a distinct lack of a partition built into the hot spring, meaning there's only the one spring, and it's not segregated by gender. Is it normal for men and women to share a bath in the hot spring here? Are you complaining at having to share the bath with us? That doesn't not seem very, as you might say, nacho. That's macho, and I'm not complaining, merely observing the fact that there's only one spring and it's not partitioned off by gender. I was merely teasing you. The truth is, this hostel was built in compliance for a women's summit that was to be held. Something about discussing women's rights violations around the world. We built this in hopes of securing the bid to host it, however, we lost that bid. But the hotel remains. It's not a very well-known place, even here in Korea. So who won the bid to host the conference then? Doesn't matter now. We didn't get the bid, but we have a vacation spot. End of story. Japan won the bid, didn't they? Curse you, Nippon! Receptive as usual, Ludwig, but we're here to have fun, not dwell on injustices of the past. I'll go check us in. Please wait just a minute. I wonder what we should do first while we're here. I think I'd like to relax and leave the hiking until tomorrow morning. A nice relaxing dip in the hot spring and then maybe some spirits inside the hotel. Why would you mention spirits when we're supposed to be relaxing? Why wouldn't I? Kicking back in a rustic hotel and sharing spirits with you and Jiyoung? Doesn't it sound grand? No, not at all. I hate spirits. Oh, well, you just had to say so. You didn't have to join us. Ah, get away from me, spirits. It appears Jiyoung has snuck up on Yoonji and has frightened her of something fierce. I'm sorry, Yoonji. I could not resist. You see, Yoonji has always been frightened of ghosts, even to this day. Ghost? Who said anything? I get it. Yunji, did you think I was talking about ghosts when I said to go have some spirits? Well, what else could you have been talking about? Spirits is another word for booze. Alcoholic beverages. Fire water. Then why didn't you just say so and get some drinks instead of scaring me with talk of spirits? I really should have listened to my Korean teacher when she said use simple language. We're checked in. There are a couple of other guests, but not too many. I ran into one while getting the keys. She had on a rather nice suit, like she was a detective or maybe a traveling salesperson. She was very nice and said she hoped to see me later. Yunji has expressed interest in soaking in the hot springs. Good idea. Let us do that, and then on to the entertainment in the lounge. Here are the keys, one for each of us. Let's go to our room. I follow her inside the hotel, and she opens the door to our room. I'm a little less than enthusiastic at what passes for a hotel room at this inn. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks exactly like my bedroom back at your place. It's not that surprising. This place was built by military labor, as was our building on the base. They probably recycled the floor plans and replicated them for this hotel. Couldn't they have requested something different for the decor, though? Considering the budget for backgrounds are buildings such as this, probably not. And anyway, at least the bed is big enough for 2 people, so only one of us has to be on the floor. Can we at least get extra blankets so I can pad the floor a little? I'm pretty sure that's concrete under that thin layer of carpet. And here I was, going to graciously let you have the bed with Yunji. You can't be serious. Share the bed with a guy with you in the room? So you're saying if I'm not in the room, you'd be okay to share the bed with him then? I think I saved some of my bonus pay from last month. That's not it at all. Relax, Yunji. I'm relatively sure she's just teasing us. I'll be sleeping on the floor. You were supposed to play along with the joke though, but yes, I'm teasing. They'll send in an extra pillow and blankets while we're relaxing. Let's settle in and get to the hot spring. Okay, it's a simple matter of settling in for me here. Still, should I go ahead of them to the spring and wait for them, or should I let them go ahead and catch up? Ladies first, right? I should hang back and let the ladies get in the tub first. Given what I think I know about Yunji, she'd be really shy about disrobing at the hot spring in front of me. But I still think she'll be okay if she gets in first and I follow up later. Why don't you two head out to the hot spring first? I'm going to hang back and stretch my legs for a few minutes. You're going to come to the hot spring, right? They have different times for men and women, right? No, there's no time for separation. No time separation. Then there's a partition they put up, right? So men on one side and women on the other? No, there isn't. Remember, this was built as a resort for women, so they don't bother making a partition for the spring. Don't tell me we're all going to bathe in the spring together. Of course, we'll have a great time. We can soak in the mineral water, scrub each other's backs, tell each other all of our secrets. But I can't soak up in the spring with him, he's a man. And it only took 5 days for you to notice this fact. You know what I mean. Look, I figured I'd let you go on ahead and get situated in the spring first. Then I'd follow in after. But if it bothers you that much, I can just wait until you're done and go soak by myself. That will not do. We're all adults here, for legal reasons. Certainly we can handle soaking in a hot spring together. I think I'll be okay if we get in first and you warn me when you come out to join us. Then it's settled. Go on ahead. I'll be there in 10 minutes. That should be enough time, right? That would be sufficient. Come on, Yuji. I'll make a woman out of you someday. What? Oh, sorry. I should leave that to Ludwig. Don't keep us waiting too long. Jung drags Yunji out the door before either of us have a chance to protest her last statement. Okay, I lied. Yunji would have protested it. I would have make a smarty comment to annoy Yunji. After 10 minutes, I head over to the spring changing station. Maybe 2 towels would be a good idea, one to wear in and remove to spare Yunji's sensibilities, and the other to dry off and wrap back around when we're done. The 6 P's after all. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. So with 1 towel around my waist and the other slung over my shoulder, I head to the spring. Uh-oh. Woo! Took you long enough. Sorry I spaced out a couple minutes, but here I am. Both girls are already in the water. Guess I'd best join them. You aren't going to wear that towel in here, are you? No, really it's okay for him to wear it if he wants. Relax, sister. You've seen a man in a bathing suit. As she says this, I whip off the towel, freeing the boys. Shit, cold air means shrinkage. I didn't think this through. Wait, did Jung say his suit? Also, what was that loud splashing just now? Yuji! Did you just faint in the water? Your manly display was too much for her. This might be the greatest moment of my life. Let's make sure she doesn't drown so we can tease her about it. I hadn't noticed until now, but neither girl is naked in the hot spring. They do look cute in their bikinis, though. You both have swimsuits on? Of course we have swimsuits on. Do you think we would be naked? The thought had occurred to me, this being a hot spring and all. I wasn't against the idea of bathing naked, but Yoonji insisted on wearing suits. It's called modesty, sister. Modesty is nice. I only hope you forgot your modesty when you finally confessed to Ludwig. Just go put on a bathing suit. I don't have one. Guess a spare pair of silkies will have to do. Still, I am glad you were thoughtful enough to have brought out the 2 towels when you thought we'd all be naked. Was that praise I heard from your lovely voice, Yoonji? A big G, whatever that means. Here we are, kicking back and soaking in the mineral springs. Good thing this spring is naturally heated because the air is pretty crisp around us. Nobody is really saying very much as we soak. Guess it's too relaxing to bother with conversation. In all, it's nice and peaceful. That is, until I hear footsteps approaching the spring. Well, isn't this just a splendid sight to behold? Looks like I lucked out and picked a date with some eye candy hanging around. Turning around, I notice a young female Asian has joined us at the spring. I say at because she isn't exactly in the proper state of undress to join us in the spring. She's dressed up in a gray suit that looks more appropriate for a boardroom than a hot spring. She's also got a clear bottle that likely contains something alcoholic. I'm afraid I do not understand. What do you mean by saying there is eye candy here? And one of them is so innocent too. Finally, the gods of fortune shine upon me. What is she babbling on about? The term eye candy is slang for telling someone they're good looking, beautiful, or handsome. Oh, the lolly is actually a guy? That's disappointing. I'm a lolly. Well, that was fairly rude. I'm a lean, mean fighting machine, you know. Yeah, whatever. Go to the other end of the spring. I'm on the hunt for these 2. On the hunt for the... Do you mean Yoonji and myself? The one with the nice gazium finally speaks. Truly, your cups overflow, don't they? But I'm not drinking anything at the moment, so no. I don't think she was talking about beverages, Jiyoung. Then what was she talking about? Well, it's more about how your swimsuit fits. It's there to say I get mine properly sized, so they fit right. 2 innocents. This is going to be a weekend to remember. You do realize I'm sitting here and know exactly what you're saying, right? Oh, you're still here, lolly boy. Be a dear and fetch me some more soju. They didn't give me a proper amount with this bottle. Yeah, he's not your errand boy. He's on vacation with us. Get your own soju. Yoonji stood up for me. I'm so happy. She does care about my feelings. If anything, he's our errand boy and should be fetching me soju. And the happy feeling is gone. Let's try a different costume. See if this works now.
Request!
Feisty little Fem, aren't you? Don't worry, I'll figure out something for him to do to keep him occupied. You won't miss him. My apologies, I'm afraid we don't know you, and our friend here is very important to us. I'd appreciate it if you'd treat him with some respect. It's just not gonna change? Hurry up. It's that what it takes. If that's what it takes to untwist your knickers, metaphorically and physically. Okay, Warface. If that's what it takes to untwist your knickers, metaphorically and physically, I suppose I can at least acknowledge his existence somewhat better. When you fetch my soju, you can get some for yourself too. Hey, thanks. Wait, I'm not fetching you your damned soju. It's getting a little too hot in the wrong way here. But I'll see you 2 cuties later. Make sure he's not with you if you actually want to have a good time. Well, that was weird. Did you know her from somewhere? She seemed to take an instant dislike to you. That's not so unbelievable. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Yoonji, and no, I've never seen her before in my life. She certainly took a liking to you 2, though. Well, let's just relax a bit more, and then we'll head inside to the entertainment room. We all nod and relax a bit more. After a while, the girls get up and get ready to check out the entertainment area. After a suitable amount of time, I get out and head back to get changed. They have robes furnished for us to wear in the closet, however. There's a slight problem. They're all pastel colors. I guess when they built this place to win that women's conference bid, they went all out, even got girly robes. I'm expected to wear one too. Great, there are only 2 in here that will fit me. Go with the green or the blue. Green or the blue? What's the difference? Jiyoung wore green and Yoonji wore a blue military outfit. So I better go with the blue. I seem to recall Yoonji liking blues, though I can't remember why. Guess I'll put on the blue one and see if I can grab a smile out of her. I can get a smile out of her. Out to the entertainment room I go. Yoonji, I like the blue robe. It's my favorite color. I know, that's why I picked it. But I never told you it was my favorite color. How did you know? Probably because it's the color of your panties right now. No, I was thinking more about her uniform's color. Hyuntae, there's the Yoonji we all know and love. Now that I've had the chance to settle in, I notice that the girls aren't wearing the robes from the hotel either. They're in civilian attire, and I'm the only one dressed in a shitty pastel robe. Wait, am I the only one who decided on a robe? There's no way I'd be caught dead in one of those. Yes, they probably haven't been washed in years. Thanks for the warning, you 2. I feel ridiculous in this now. There's nothing wrong with a man wearing feminine colors. Only something wrong with him wearing a woman's robe. That would explain why I was having so much trouble finding one that fit. Anyway, weren't we supposed to partake in some entertainment about now? Yes, though there's only a couple things to choose from, as you can see. The selection of things to entertain ourselves does seem somewhat limited. The ping pong table looks relatively unused. Guess it's not the most popular activity here. The karaoke machine appears to be in good order, as best as I can tell. No television or radio. Guess that makes sense. We aren't exactly in Korea's typical broadcasting range anyway. But there is a bar. Hooray for booze. I think the girls have already decided what they want to do. I hope they have some modern music on this machine. Does it have anything by David Bowie, sister? I'll check. At first glance, it doesn't appear to. Heathens, best modern singer ever. Modern? What year do you think this guy? I take a look at the track listing. Dear God. It's like the 80s still lives on in Korea. And there is even some 70s music scattered about too, which Jeong seems rather excited about. Oh, I see something I want to sing. I'll go first. Okay, we'll relax and listen then. Yoonji and I take our spots on the rug, and Jeong punches some buttons on the machine. A few seconds later, she's singing a lively rendition of some 70s pop song, and what's more, she's really good at singing. I'm not a huge fan of the genre, but I can't help but get a little funky to Jeong singing, so I find myself dancing. Woo! That's the dance. Okay, as well as one Dan sitting on the floor. It's really more just grooving with my head and shoulders. Not really, look at me go. When she's finished, both Yoonji and I are clapping for her rousing performance. Something like that. This is so unfair, Jeong. You've gotten even better since the last time. Thanks, sister. I've been practicing in the shower every morning. It really shows. You could give a K-pop idol a run for her money. Well, not that she'd have much, since you've long admitted that your country's currency is worthless. And nobody really gets paid for their arts here anyway. That compliment seems really shallow in this country, doesn't it? You meant well. I appreciate your kind words. That mean much more in your country, where pop stars get paid more than teachers and soldiers. Touché! If we're done comparing the relative unfair pay structure in our countries, I think I found something I'd like to sing. Hit it! This time Jeong and I relax on the rug, and Yoonji takes her turn rocking the mic. Looks like Yoonji's gone for retro 80s, also known as current hits in Korea. And she's singing like she's the solo star at Pyongyang's biggest stadium, which I've recently learned is the biggest in the world actually, because, you know, infrastructure over food, I guess. She's pretty good, but she doesn't have the contemporary vocal range to stay consistently interesting. Her voice lacks the consistent color needed to perform to minimum music industry standards. Full-time consideration of another endeavor might be in order. Oh, while I was narrating Yoonji finished, I'd better clap for her. Very nice, Yoonji. You've improved as a singer as well. What did you think, Ludwig? Full-time I mean, you were good, Yoonji. Maybe not K-pop idol good, but it was a pleasant performance. Thanks. Yes, the windows even seemed to have stayed intact this time. They'll never find your body out here, you know. I'm teasing, sister. Anyways, I believe it's our guest's turn to entertain us. Very true. Here we are now. Entertain us. That's a 90s song. That doesn't match. But the lights are on. Anyway, fair is fair, so relax, and I'll go pick a song. Both girls nod, smile, and sit down as I head up to the karaoke machine. I really wasn't kidding about the modern music thing. There is not much past about 1989 on this machine selection screen. There are a few selections here that I think I could pass off as a decent effort with my vocal range. It's the 80s pop, 70s disco, or 60s folk. I think I'll go with I think Yoonji would prefer, which is 80s pop. 80s synth kicks in, strut the stage a bit, nail the chorus, time to rock the refrain, well, the slightly modified refrain. Checking my audience, Jeong seems to be listening like one would in a core class forced on you by the university standards. But Yoonji, she's banging her head and whipping her hair around like she's one of my groupies. Hell yeah. It's kind of cute, really. At some point during my performance, the strange girl from the hot spring has worked her way into the entertainment area. She's still in her suit though. I wonder why she didn't don a robe like me or civvies like the girls. After I finish my number, she steps up to us and starts speaking. Well, I think it's speaking. It's a bit slurred though. Guess she got more soju after all. I hear ya. I was hoping to find my favorite two hotties here. And Lolly Boy. Well, that's a pity. That chick robe really does fit him well though, doesn't it? And that shirt on your busty sister is leaving much to the imagination. Ugh, why does everything come back to Jeong being busty? God, you people. So feisty. I like this one. I'll take them both. And now it's getting weird. Sorry, I was just thinking about Captain Alex's outburst. You fuck people. Oh, don't be such a downer, kid. I've got a fresh bottle of soju here. I'll even let you drink with us. If you'll excuse me, I need to go freshen up. So how about that drink, lolly boy? I wouldn't be much of a marine if I turned down a drink even from... What's your name, anyway? Just call me Sumeragi. I'm here on business. What kind of business brings someone all the way out here? Sumeragi pours me a small dish of soju. Import, export, though what I really deal in are secrets. Maybe I even know all of yours. She's obviously not very good at her job if she's telling that to us, half sober, at a hotel. I doubt that. Jung and I are both in the People's Army. There's nothing we have to hide. Think what you like, it hardly matters what you believe. All that really matters is what other people believe about you. So let's trade secrets. About what in particular? I'll pose a question to you and you can either answer it or take a challenge of my choosing instead. It sounds a lot like Truth or Dare, you know? Nonsense, that game is just child's play. My game involves getting her to open up a little. Why should I play along with your weird idea of a game? What are you, chicken? Ba-gok-gok-gok-gok? Ease down there, I'm gonna get the brunt of whatever anger you cause. Nobody calls me chicken! Nobody calls me chicken. Bring on your stupid questions. Well, this should be interesting. Okay, what... Oh no.
Damn, son.
Okay, what color panties are you wearing right now? Why would you ask that stupid question? To watch you blush, going to answer, or would you like the challenge? It's a curse always being right. Hush, you. Fine, what's your challenge if I don't answer? Nothing too stressful, just give me a nice kiss on the lips. This isn't good. Well, what's your choice? I choose... Sorry for the wait. Hey, I know. How about you sing us a song on the karaoke machine, strange lady? Yoonji appears to have been saved by Jeong's appearance. You want a song? I can do that. Oh, I know. Just what song I'll sing. She heads up to the karaoke machine where she punches in a couple buttons. Before the music starts, she grabs a surprised Yoonji by the hand and drags her up with her. No! Don't take her with you. What the hell are you doing? This song is perfect for you. I know personally that it's one of the glorious leader's favorites. With that, she busts right into a rap song that's past the typical release date for music in Korea. Guess that explains why Glorious Leader was name dropped here. Oh, and Yoonji is going to kill this girl. I better get a good body bag. I like nice butts and I cannot lie. Does she have a death wish? Oh good, we're thinking the same thing. Think they have any body bags here? Yoonji is getting flustered and doesn't seem to be able to react to the situation. Baby got ass! I don't need instant replay to review that this lady just grabbed a handful of Yoonji's ass while spitting out the refrain there. Get your hands off her! Yoonji goes from flustered to all-out murderous rage. I think she's had as much as she can stand. And she can't stand no more. That does it! I'll give Yoonji credit, she didn't kill this lady. But I'm sure every one of her ancestors felt the impact of that slap Yoonji just landed on her. Combined with the soju consumption, this lady is out cold. Hope that few seconds of grab ass was worth the splitting headache she'll have when she wakes up. I'm dragging this woman's drunk ass to the brig. Go back to the room and I'll bring back some soju. I plan on drinking with you under the table when I get back. She's so pissed I can't even bring myself to correct her incorrect jargon. Discretion is the better part of not having me feeling Yoonji's second slap shot of the night. There is one thing that bothers me though. Wait, this place has a brig? What resort doesn't have a brig? Sorry, I had to cough. Jung and I head back to the room to wait for the soju. Oh, and Yoonji, I guess, since she's bringing it. A few minutes later, Yoonji is back with several bottles of firewater. We're all exhausted, so we get our drink on mostly in silence. I'll take a sip. However, it's worth noting that for her bravado of drinking with us under the table, Yoonji's the first one to pass out. Guess Yoonji's a lightweight when it comes to her liquor. She talks a big game, but she has yet to drink anyone under the table. At least, we're already where we're sleeping, so it's a nice change not having to drag her passed out body home. Nothing else after that is said. I help Jeong tuck Yoonji into the bed, and Jeong gets in next to her. I crawl into my makeshift futon. After the long trip and soju, I'm really beat. There's always tomorrow, so sleepy time now. I think I'm like 70% of the way through, if I remember correctly. ... Yoonji, quickly now, wake up, Ludwig. We're so far behind we won't get to do much today if we don't get moving. How did this happen? I'm sure I left a wake-up call on the desk. I don't know, but get up, quickly. Maybe we can still go see Rim Young Shu Falls before heading back home. Understood, Ludwig. Wake up, now. No wakey. Haven't heard Revival yet. Revile? If you don't wake up in the next 10 seconds, I'm going to slap you harder than I slapped that woman who drunkenly assaulted me last night. Yeah, I'm awake, I'm awake. You leave my handsome face alone. You two seem awfully down for being on vacation. We've overslept, and pretty badly at that. It appears that the staff did not honor our wake-up call request. Either that or someone forgot to put one in. I did not forget. The staff forgot. Shut up. I didn't say anything. Anyway, so what's the story? The last train to Pyongyang leaves at an earlier time today, so we won't have much time to do much of anything. I was thinking after breakfast we could go see Ryumyongju Falls before heading back home. Sounds like a good idea. Is it like a waterfall or something? Not just a waterfall, but a spectacular conglomeration of 42 waterfalls that cascade into the Ryumyongju River. It's a really beautiful spectacle of Korea's natural beauty, unspoiled by Western capitalist poison. Well done, sister. You finally memorized the tour guide's phrase for Ryumyongju Falls. Sounds beautiful, minus the BS spiel about capitalism. I brought out our breakfast here. Let's eat and get changed quickly so we can hike over there. Let's do it. We quickly hustle around getting changed and eating cold noodles and beef. Before long, we moved the short hike to Ryumyongju Falls. I'll have to admit the beautiful spectacle of Korea's natural beauty line wasn't just propaganda. Ryumyongju Falls is truly a spectacle with its layered multiple waterfalls that empty into the river below. I'm pretty sure it's coming from a pipe. The two girls that have accompanied me here are also beautiful spectacles of Korea's natural beauty. You can't just say things like that out of nowhere. Bag-chi, she says as she blushes at the unexpected compliment. That wasn't supposed to be said out loud, but I won't take it back. Mama didn't raise a liar. Well, at least not a very good liar. I'd fail in politics. It's not like I hate being called beautiful and being compared to a gorgeous waterfall. Wait, you're blushing too, sister? No, that's just sunburn. No way, we haven't been out here long enough. And besides, everyone knows the hole in the ozone layer is only over evil countries like America and Nippon. I don't think that's how ozone works. Okay, yes, I'm blushing, but at least not acting like a tsundere. You two keep saying that word, but I have no idea what it means. It basically means you're terrible at expressing your honest feelings, so you act like an ice queen. But when people finally break through, you show you're a nice, caring person. I still don't understand. Don't worry about it. Half the otakus in the world will love you for it. Woo! And the other half that don't will still check out your CGs anyway. Now that that's settled, what do you think of the waterfalls? It really is beautiful. It's not as high as Niagara Falls, but the way there are so many of them in layers is truly breathtaking. As I'm watching the waterfalls, I hear something plink into the river in front of us. Turning to the side, I note Yoonji appears to be praying. Not too soon after, I hear a plink from the other direction. And sure enough, Jung is also praying, making wishes. Yes, I know it seemed a tad childish, but it's kind of fun. Perhaps you should make a wish, maybe for love, or a personality to develop. Guess a good nerd. I could wish for Yoonji to be nice. Don't you want to make a wish that might actually come true? It seems two passengers have forgotten who's driving the car back to the train in a little bit. Quite right. Anyway, I'll make a wish. I wish for Jung's happiness. I wish for Yoonji's happiness. I wish not to die on the trip back. Going in with a full Yoonji run. I pull out €1 from my pocket. Looks like this one is from Greece. I bet if I give this back to the Greek government, it would double what they have on their bank account. Oh! Remember when the Greek economy wasn't doing too well? That was probably when around the time this game came out. As I toss the coin into the river, I whisper a wish for Yoonji's happiness. Why did you waste a wish like that? But I am grateful you thought of me. I forgot my whispering tends to be a bit louder than other people's. Oh well, Yoonji seems happy, so it's fine. Better make our way back and get to the car. If we miss the train, it'll throw everything off schedule and you might not make your flight home. Oh yes, it's getting close to your departure date, isn't it? It is, unfortunately. I've enjoyed spending this vacation with you. Maybe sometime in the near future you could both come to America and visit where I live. Not likely. Oh, that would be nice, I think, but I believe it would be hard for us to get to America. Travel to foreign countries, especially enemy countries, is frowned upon in North Korea. I mean Korea. Not North Korea. True Korea. We would need outside help in order to get to America. I don't know if there's much I can do, but if I can help in any way, I will. I believe you would. That makes me happy to hear that. Maybe someday we'll take you up on that offer, but for now, let's go back home. The hike back is uneventful, and as soon as we get back, we gather up our things and head back to the car. I'd like to say Yoonji's driving improved, but as stated, I'm a terrible liar. Before long, we're back at the train to Pyongyang. It's not all that crowded, but the silence is uncomfortable. I can't shake this feeling that something is going on with those two that they aren't telling me. At any rate, Jung is reading and Yoonji is sleeping. Sleep sounds like a good idea. I figure we're going to do something special for the last day before I head back to the States. Best be well rested for it. Well rested. We've gotten back from our short mountain getaway together. It was pretty fun despite the temperature resembling the time I got drilled in Alaska. Ooh. Or when I was assigned to Alaska, not drilled into... You know what? Moving on. The trip back was pretty uneventful. There weren't too many people on the train, so no seat incidents to worry about. The return was definitely faster than the trip up there, though. I mean, we're actually home, and it's not even past national curfew. As soon as we got home, the girls retreated to the room, so I didn't waste much time getting into bed. Since I'm heading back to America soon, I didn't really see the need to unpack my bag from the trip. So now I'm just laying here on the bed, contemplating if I should go say something to the girls or just fall asleep for the night. Knock, knock, knock. Boom, boom, boom. Guess there was the third option after all. Wait until one of the girls comes to see me. I'm decent, come in. Oh, I thought I'd come to see what you were up to. Still roughly around 6'1" or so. I don't think I'll hit any more growth spurts. Why do you always come back at me with the lamest jokes? You always enjoy teasing me so much. If that doesn't scream not in the mood for dad jokes, I don't know what does. Sorry, you're just kind of fun to tease. Which is a good thing. Guys tend to tease girls that they enjoy being around. You enjoy being around me? Well, sure, why wouldn't I? Because I'm always saying mean things to you and acting like I don't like you. I never thought you really meant most of it. You seem to have a hard time expressing yourself. Plus, you sold yourself out. Acting like I don't like you implies you in fact do like me. Maybe I misspoke. I'm having a hard time reading Yoonji, well, even harder than I normally do. She seems to be struggling not to fall back in her usual tsundere routine. Something the matter? You could talk to me if you want. I'll listen. No, guess it's never been easy for me to say what I'm thinking. I've always been in my sister's shadow, and at the same time I feel embarrassed for thinking that way, but still, it's her ease in picking up English, the way guys look at her. I guess I just feel inferior to her no matter what I do. The only thing I can claim to be better than her at would be shooting. I'm not sure why you feel inferior. You're your own person, and cute in your own way. I'm not cute. Stop that. You are cute. Why wouldn't you ever take a compliment from me? How am I ever supposed to tell you how much I like you when you won't even let me tell you that you're cute? Wait, what am I admitting right now? Did I just tell Yoonji I liked her? Well, I like you too. I mean, wait, no, I won't stop myself this time. I love you. Oh. Ooh la la. She's sincere. This is coming right from her heart. She deserves a truthful answer in return. I love you too, Yoonji.
Get some help.
Ara.
I'll leave you to go hit on Jeong. Wait, did you just say you loved me too? Yes, I did. You're not teasing me, right? Please tell me you aren't. My heart can't take that kind of teasing. I don't tease about important things like this. You are fun to be around. And I've fallen head over heels for you. Oh no, oof, thud. Yoonji pulled her uniform off in a flash. One moment, please. As if to make sure it's real, she's tackle hugged me to the bed and is showering me with kisses. I'm trying my best to return them, but she's peppering me with them like a machine gun. Hey, mind if I get a chance to breathe? Okay, the graphic didn't change. I was a little worried there. Yoonji rolls around, leaving me above her as I regain my breath. Remember a couple nights ago when you helped me with English? Sure, I remember. What does that have to do with here and now? I want to learn one more word. What other... Oh. What sort of tour guide would I be if I didn't give you the best Korea has to offer? Did you just say something flirty? I might want to get used to it. I'm claiming you as mine, you know. No sharing with the people, then? Of course not. I'm more equal than the rest of the populace, and I don't share. Okay, nothing happened. I've heard about taking sailors shore leave to get a little action, but this is entirely different. I'm in love with the girl, and she's in love with me, and I can't leave her behind after shore leave is over. The question is, how do I go about making this happen in the future? I'm due to leave here in another day, and I doubt she can just waltz out with me. Yoonji has actually fallen asleep on top of me like a cat. I'm not complaining, but it might make going to the bathroom a tad difficult. Maybe I should rest up as well in case round 2 is on the way. I think I heard someone moving. Must be Jeong going to the bathroom. Yeah, I guess I'll get that shut-eye then. Wait, Jeong came in here? Oh, hi, Jung. Fancy running into you here. Well, it is my own bedroom, you know. Here you went and deflowered my little sister on my bed. Pretty nervy of you. I love it. I love it. Yeah, sorry about that. Things kind of got carried away there, and I wasn't thinking with my head. Oh, I do believe you were thinking with your head, just not the one that contains your brain.
Stop this!
No, I do believe you were thinking with your head, just not the one that contains your brain, but it's okay. This is what I had hoped for. You did seem to be playing matchmaker at times, didn't you? I must admit, you are pretty cute. I might have to lock Yuji in a closet and have my way with you myself. I don't think Yuji would allow that. Relax, I was merely teasing. However, I'm afraid I do have something for you here that I'm not teasing you about. In the moonlight, I think I see something shining. Is that a needle? It's a certain appearance that our leader needs you to feign for the sake of our mission. This way seems easiest. You don't have to do this. Whatever you're doing, let's talk it out. I'm afraid I do, but don't worry. This won't kill you. Probably. With that, she gently injects me with a needle. This will just make sure you go to sleep for a while, but not permanently. But why? What did I do? Damn, it's full of stars. Sleepy stars. No. You only put in the recommended dose, right? Yes, of course, I did. Maybe. Help me dress him and let's take him to the rendezvous point. Can I borrow him for one night sometime? Please? I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Let's move. Oh no. So groggy. Feels like I've been on a 3-day rager while on shore leave, and I'm just barely sobering up. Eyelids are so heavy. Need to take stock of my surroundings, though. Uh-oh. Oh god. Oh man. That light is barely on, and it feels like the inferno of 1,000 suns. Whatever they stuck me with has given me the world's worst hangover. After a few moments more, things start to come into view. Not that there's much to see. I'm in the plainest, most emptiest room I've ever been in. The only things I can barely make out are a single door and an occupied chair at the very far end of the room. And from the silhouette of the figure occupying the chair, I know it's not one of the girls, too masculine looking to be Jiang or Yunji. I wonder where those two are. I'd like an explanation as to why they felt the need to drug me and drag me into God knows where. I see you have rejoined the conscious world. Undoubtedly, you have questions. I'll try my best to guide you, though time is short. That voice, I recognize it. I've only heard it a few times since being in Korea, but it's one of the three I recognize. I know you. Our driver. Where am I? I'm glad the drug didn't dull your senses too much. Yes, I have been driving you around Korea this week. My name is Nam Gung Kwanjo. I am the father of both Jiyoung and Yoonji. Thank you for accompanying them these past few days, for you have given me hope. Hope? You mean I'm not going to die? Not at my hands, no, and hopefully not at all. Regardless, I put you in danger by bringing you to Korea and associating you. Sorry. Alright, I should probably get more drunk. I put you in danger by bringing you to Korea and associating it. I hate that word, I'm so bad at it. Bringing you to Korea and associating you with my daughters. How so? I am, as you would say, a dead man walking, as are my girls. My sight's not quite back yet, and it's pretty dark in here. You sound pretty healthy. Jung and Yoonji are both very healthy. It's not like that, Ludwig. How much do you really know about the Democratic People's Republic of Korea? Honestly, not a whole lot. I don't know shit. Considering I fell for your line saying Pyongyang was a suburban part of Seoul, you probably have a good idea about my lack of awareness. North Korea is a bloody dictatorship. Pick your poison. Our leader is made out to be a demagogue. The one political party we have has a death grip on the nation. You've seen the results around here with your visit. Since assuming leadership of the country, Glory's leader is suspected of executing at least 70 people, most of them potential political opponents and their families. It appears I have made his list as well. Are you saying you're going to be the target of a political execution mandated by Glory's leader? That's nuts. I mean, our leaders are pretty annoying, but at least... That's nuts. I mean, our leaders are pretty annoying, but at least Hillary and Donald didn't kill each other's families and associates. No comment. They've already poisoned my wife to death. It's only a matter of time before they come for me and the girls. That's why I made a plan ahead of time. One to at least maybe save my girls. It hits me just now. You're the one who invited me to Korea while playing Panzer Models online, aren't you? I pitched it as an idea to the party to lure an American soldier over and try to create an international incident. In reality, I wanted you to meet my daughters and hopefully fall in love with Yoonji, my youngest. Well. That part must have worked, seeing as you're sitting here now. Yes, in a roundabout way, Yunji and I have confessed our mutual love for each other. My precious youngest girl. I'm happy she's managed to express her feelings. The problem is, I'm not sure how to go about getting you out of the country safely. The brass are leaning on me to turn you over soon, on any charge I can trump up. My plan was to send you and the girls to the United States Embassy in Pyongyang, but that's a no-go. If I had to guess, relations with the USA has been so sour for so long, we don't even have an embassy in Pyongyang, do we? No, you don't. I really should have made sure of that little fact before springing this plan. It appears Sweden is the protective power for the United States and North Korea. Yeah, that's a big gaping hole in the plan there. Sweden might take me in and send me back to the United States, maybe. But there's no way they're getting involved with sheltering 2 North Korean citizens, who are part of the People's Army, no less. I'm well aware of that. However, I do have a backup plan in place. He stands up, but I still can't make anything of his face. He goes over to the door and opens it, and slowly both Yoonji and Jin Jeong walk in. Aw, my girls. Be strong, girls. This ordeal would be over soon. Father, I can't leave you here to face your death on your own. Please reconsider coming with us. You know I can't go. But, Appa, I can't leave you here to die. My precious daughter, I wouldn't survive the trip. Though I built up a tolerance to the poisons our country uses, I'm not immune. Even if I survived sneaking back into the shipyard one more time, I would perish on the journey. It is enough to know my girls lived on, safe and away from this god-forsaken country. He's shaking, literally, and crying along with them. I feel like I'm going to cry myself. This will be the last time this father will get to hold his children and tell them that he loves them. Parents will attempt the impossible for their children. This man is trying to avoid the needless and senseless death of his daughters. For him, for my budding relationship with Yoonji, for the love she bears Jeong, I must help them. Sir, what are my marching orders? This isn't an army game, Ludwig. This is deadly serious. There's another game that these developers have made called Army Girls. If we hit the goal, I'll consider playing that one. This isn't an army game, Ludwig. This is deadly serious. You think I don't know that, Yoonji? This man is trying to ensure that the 2 most precious beings on the planet to him don't die in a tragically stupid fashion. I handle problems best when I compartmentalize them in a military sense. So I need to know his plan, our marching orders, so I can help him achieve his final wish. You have my gratitude, son. There's little time, so listen closely. We are in Nampo, a port city south of Pyongyang on the Taedong River, leading into the Yellow Sea. There is a large order of garments being exported from here today. It took a long time for them to finish the final batch, but it's a large enough shipment to put in a large metal shipping container. It's ventilated, as they don't want the garments to grow musty in a closed container, so you'll be able to breathe. I've been slowly hiding rations and other vital items in the bin. You should be fine for food and water if you go easy on the supplies. So we're smuggling ourselves out by trade ship then. It was the only solution that came to mind. However, I don't know where the ship is heading. Likely China. However, it could be anywhere from Europe to South America. It's a long trip. What are we going to do about needing to use the facilities? There are a few buckets. There are a few buckets hidden in the clothing as well. Oh no. Man, can you imagine? You're stuck on a shipping container and someone's like hid food and stuff and like the clothes, and you're like, you probably can't even see. It's probably really dark in there. So you're just rummaging through supplies looking for what to stay alive and shitting in buckets. But I mean, if it's to live, you'll do whatever you have to do, right? You have to sneak out and empty them overboard at night to avoid the smell lingering. The container does open from the inside as well as a safety precaution. Understood. How much time do we have? Precious little. I believe there are already authorities here in Nampo looking to apprehend all of us. You need to find container DPRK 4601. It's on the ground, so accessing it will be easy once you find it. It's on the ship called Destiny Favors Glorious Leader. One of the girls can point it out. Well, that's an overinflated name if I ever heard one. I'll wait outside the door so you 3 can say your goodbyes. I am grateful, please. Do all you can to get them to America. Get them to safety. I don't say anything, but I give him an acknowledging nod and a salute. I think if I tried to talk, I'd end up crying. I can't do that right now. I need to be on my game. A few minutes later, the girls come out, their eyes full of tears. Not that I blame them. They won't ever see him again. If we fail, we're dead. If we succeed, it doesn't matter since we can't come back. And he'll be dead. This is 50 shades of fucked up. I have to keep it together and be strong for them. I have an unspoken promise to keep. Let's go. The girls just nod and follow me out of the building. Doesn't look like the shipyard is too far from here. Which is good because as we left the building to head that way, I saw some People's Army soldiers heading right for the building we just left. They didn't notice us, though. We need to get to that shipyard quickly and without being seen. Any ideas? Our best bet might be walking the path over there. We can try and sneak through the forest as best we can, and the trees may provide some cover. She looks surprisingly happy for the situation. There she goes. It's too dangerous to take the main road. Understood. Let's walk at a brisk pace. As we head over to the walking path, I quickly check my pockets. I put my wallet in, as well as my keys. Oh, and that crappy excuse for a cell phone. They put that in my pockets too. Hope it's turned off. Need to save the juice for when we reach our destination. I tried to put all of the essentials back into your pockets when we addressed you. But the rest of your stuff is back at our place, probably confiscated by now. Well, on the plus side, they can't hold that Tokyo Hotel band t-shirt against me.
Stop this!
They both giggle a little at that memory. Good. They need something to get through this. We're making good progress. I haven't seen too many People's Army members patrolling the walking path. And we're able to avoid the attention of the few that are. If we can keep this up for 10 more minutes, we should get there. This is going too well. Are you trying to jinx this? What in the world are you talking about? Just a stupid superstition. Don't worry about it. With that, we again move along in silence. So far, Yunji's comment hasn't jinxed us yet. We're almost at the border, at the harbor now. Just as we're getting to the closer, a lone People's Army member appears. He halts us and speaks in Korean in a harsh tone. Civilians are not allowed here, and who is this guy, a tourist? Where is your group and minder? I'm sweating bullets here, and we need to do something fast, or we'll all be wearing bullets. We are his minders. He wanted to see the area up close. You lie. You are not in uniform. You are here on a sabotage mission. Stay put while I put in a call to the commander. Screw that. Kapow! You must defeat Gunny to stand a chance against me. Dear God, you jabbed out his eyes? Holy cow. Whoa.
God damn it!
I knew that MCMAP move would come in handy one day. You'll have plenty of time to explain what the hell that was once we secure ourselves on the ship. I drag the blind and unconscious army member and hide him in a nearby tool shed. We should be long gone before he comes to. Let's move, Jiang. Head the way. Lead the way. Doesn't take long, and Jiang has us looking at the ship. Sorry. I mean, shit. I'm emboldened by my mission to protect these girls at the wishes of their father, and also because, you know, Yunji. With all the hustle and bustle getting the thing out of port, we're able to sneak aboard. There. As we slip inside the metal container, I can't help but compare myself to Jean Valjean right about now. Hey, just because I'm Marine Corps doesn't mean I don't have time between crayon eating to read some classic literature. We close the door and lock it behind us. There's some light coming in from the vents. Enough so we can rummage for stuff when needed. How drunk am I? Not drunk enough! We head towards the far back and settle in for our trip. Thank you guys for hanging out. Guys, I have to pee. I didn't say that. Let's scrounge for one of the buckets, Yunji. This is pretty much how time goes. We scrounge for the food and water that Kwang Jo left. We sleep. We try to entertain each other. I try to bolster their spirits, but going to the west is this cool place called Las Vegas, where you can spend all day ignoring the natural desert beauty and instead stay inside, dropping quarters in slot machines while drinking free booze. Tell me stories about their parents. I think it's cathartic for them. In general, we just try to keep ourselves from going bonkers, from being locked up in a shipping container out at sea. Fortunately, at least none of us got seasick. Finally, after who knows how many days, I hear people talking around the container. They seem somewhat distressed. What's more, the container is getting lifted into the air, likely by a crane. Did you catch any of what they said? The Korean said something about not being behind on the shipment. I can't make out what any of the other people said, as I don't know what language they were speaking. Did you happen to hear the Koreans mention where we are? I think I heard someone say welcome to Turas when we arrived in port. Damn, I know that's in Europe, but I can't recall where. It does explain why we were on the ship for so long, though. It felt like we were in the air there for a bit, so I think we're not on the ship anymore. Must be on a cargo truck heading somewhere. I'm afraid I didn't catch where the truck is heading. I suppose we'll find out when we get there. We should change back into our uniforms, so we can officially surrender our citizenship as the nearest embassy. We are from North Korea, after all. Not much else is said as the truck rumbles along the road for hours. You have one interesting conversation on the ride though. Mostly I tell them about the West. Mostly tell them about how nice it is. Beautiful scenery, friendly people, opportunity. I probably sound like a commercial, but they sound excited. Finally, we appear to be pulling to somewhere to stop. I wait a few minutes to make sure before peeking out of the box. The coast is clear, let's hop out. We get out of the box to stretch our legs in the sun. Finally taking a good look around, I notice that wherever we are, it looks like a damn war zone. Literally, I think I still see damage from mortar shelling in the buildings around us. The air doesn't smell too good as well. Can you make out where we are at all? I glance around trying to find a marker. Not too far down flies the flag over a building. Red flag with a black bird. Bad news and more bad news. Wonderful, and that would be, welcome to Albania. This is the West? Wow, the West sucks. Even Pyongyang didn't look quite this bad. You think this is bad? Well, wait until we get home to Detroit. Detroit. Oh no, this is it. There it is. Why in there? A shitty ending, you think? Maybe I did. Maybe I did get the bad ending. I'm pretty sure I did get a different ending the first time I played it. I like how nobody gives their full name in the credits. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, playing this silly visual novel. I did enjoy playing it again for sure. And you guys definitely deserved it for helping me hit the extra life goal for children's charities. If we hit the second goal, I'll do this again. It's been a lot of fun.